I always come in apologizing and being late, but I just realized something. It's called CP time. It's a tradition in my family. And a lot of families throughout America, they go by CP time. And if you know what that means, you know what I mean. I am sorry. Oh, I come in flying by the seat of my pants. My whole day is flying by the seat of my pants. And I tell you, I'm under such stress. And then Deebo, I got this going on with the 49ers, and it's just making me crazy. Thank you for sharing that moment. Fam, here's the thing. Deebo trade scenario madness continues, all right? You know, I'm looking at the draft, and there's some interesting things, but nothing that's overwhelming me as much as the loss of one of the best wide receivers maybe the 49ers have ever had. You know, you could name Deebo on that top 5 list easily. And now he's about to just walk away? Oh, really? Ah, damn. The thought of that I think that's what's starting to make me go crazy. I was already pretty much clinically ill at some point anyway, but this is going to make it even worse. Now may require medication. Usually just be nothing more than and that would be enough. But no, this has gotten really silly. Anyway, the 49ers started the offseason with the desire to move Jimmy G. We all know about that. On the other hand, it was supposed to be signing a contract ASAP for Deebo. Come on, man. Why isn't this going more smoother, right? So as the Deebo saga worsens, the dilemma is shifting to different levels almost daily. Now Jimmy G has spoken on the matter, and Jimmy... I mean, this dude rarely says anything about anything, right? But he was asked about being packaged in a deal with Deebo. Jimmy went on to tell Fanside's Mark Carman on Stacking the Box, quote, I would do that in a heartbeat, man. I think those things will take care of themselves. But I didn't even think about that. That's not bad, unquote. Tonight, going to the phones for your take on Jimmy G's appreciation of the idea of continuing with the greatest receiver he's ever had and Deebo on to their next NFL adventure together. You'll find the phone number right on the screen. And for further information on the link, the pin, and everything else, get right down in the description, and you'll find all the information you need to call on in here and let us know how you feel about the Deebo Jimmy package. And I know the first thing you see, man, nobody wants Deebo. I'll take, nobody wants Jimmy. We'll take Deebo, though, man. I tell you what, I'll give him anything for that, you know. People are already noticing the trade scenarios are starting to build up. You got about 5 or 6 teams. Everybody's got packages already, according to the media. And most of those teams are probably sitting back. Especially, can you see the GM reading a scenario that they're involved in? Damn. Hey, Mike, did you see the deal we're involved in with getting Deebo? Who? Yeah, we're involved in getting Deebo. Well, yeah, with what? We're going to give up our first this year, our first next year, a second this year, a third, and a fourth. And 4 years from now, we'll revisit the whole situation, give a couple more draft picks. All right, sounds good to me. Anyway, let's get into this. Deebo Samuel's trade request Wednesday shocked the NFL, as we were, and immediately put the Niners in a tough position. The Niners aren't trying to entertain any ideas to fulfill Samuel's wish. They know how important Deebo is to their offense and Super Bowl hopes in 2022. That's all there is to it. You can say what you want to, act as if he's not necessary to go forward with, but you know that's a damn lie. But, of course, if Deebo refuses to rescind his demand, the Niners might be left with no other choice but to deal him. Now, we all know that's reality as well. Interestingly enough, many analysts and especially fans have been packaging up Deebo and Jimmy for a deal. The first time I saw that a couple weeks ago, I started laughing. And Jimmy wouldn't say no to throwing the ball to Deebo in 2022, wherever that is. And again, Garoppolo told Fanside's Mark Carman on Stacking the Box, I would do that in a heartbeat, man. I think those things will take care of themselves, but I didn't even think about that. That's not bad, unquote. Now, Jimmy, for some reason, was doing media rounds yesterday, making his first public comments since he said goodbye after the Niners season ended. Bye, guys. Trying not to smile. I'm so tired of this shit. I'm out of here, man. But he didn't. You know, he just made it really look really like, He's really feeling pain about it. Jimmy loves his guys. I'm stretching it a little bit. He loves his guys. He'd love to be here, but he'd like to be here in a better situation. He doesn't feel like he wants to compete with Trey. He doesn't feel like he wants to be hearing the things he hears about every time he makes a mistake. I mean, it's uncomfortable. It's got to be uncomfortable for him, right? So when asked about Deebo's desire to leave the Niners, Garoppolo quickly noted how much he respects Mrs. Samuel's baby boy and believes good things are heading his way. Jimmy told Adam Shine on SiriusXM, Mad Dog Radio, quote, I don't really like to get into other guys' contracts, but just speaking on Deebo and who he is as a player, as a person. I mean, the dude is unreal. And one way or another, he's going to get his money that he deserves and he earned. I've been with him since he was a rookie. The dude, he's changed so much as a player. He's grown as a person, just leading the guys on the field, taking these young receivers under his wing. It's things like that you can't, how do you quantify that? It's tough, but it's all those little things. And I don't know whenever someone's a good person like that does the right thing. And I think things will work out for him one way or the other, unquote. Jimmy's going to take care of his guy. Deebo's always had his back. They're going to have each other's back. This is how pretty much the whole locker room is going to have their back. In fact, if there was a deal that included Deebo and Jimmy, George Kittle would probably be on the phone. Hey, can I go? These guys, it's a brotherhood at this point, right? So, you got to expect these things. And we can all agree that Deebo, though, had a breakout season in 2021. He worked hard to make claim of himself as one of the top receivers, offensive weapons, or should I say slash offensive weapons in the NFL. Deebo had more receiving yards, 1,405, than Tyreek Hill. He did. More yards per catch, 18.2, than Jamar Chase. Yeah. And more yards after catch, expectation, 403, than Cooper Kupp. In other words, Deebo was the MVP of the NFL. No yards about it. I should say no doubt about the yards. Doubt it. How do I put that so it makes any sense? Anyway, Devontae Adams, Justin Jefferson, and Hill combined was, those yards that Deebo stacking up. Deebo's doing work, This is why when people always say, well, blah, blah was open, nobody cares. Kyle, Jimmy, and Deebo it was always about Deebo. It was always about Deebo. Even if it wasn't a good idea, it was always about Deebo. Get him the ball. He is the playmaker. He's a bread and butter. He's the money man, He also had more yards per rush, 6.2, than Jonathan Taylor. Can you believe that? I didn't even know. That means on our team, he was everything you could ask for on offense. And this was the reason why he's probably sitting around thinking 49ers. I hate to say it, but I got a feeling Deebo's sitting around saying, man, this team can no longer afford me because they're going to come talking about give me this or that. I ain't good. Shit, I need more than Tyreek's getting. He may think that of himself. I don't know, and I hope that's not the case, but he might. And, fam, I'm not sure if he doesn't have a right to. I really don't. Yeah, where'd I get the... I'm not from England. I don't know why many of my words are upper in inflection. But Jimmy G knows how much Deebo means to the Niners and the impact he'd have on whatever team he suits up for next season. Garoppolo told Shine he stepped up in the big moments. This is a quote. The moment's never too big for him. Anytime that it was a crunch time in a game, man, there was a lot of plays going to Deebo. The dude was getting the rock in his hands, and whether it was a run or a pass, just get the ball in his hands, and he's going to do something with it, unquote. The Niners entered the offseason with the plans to trade JG before the new league year, but Jimmy's shoulder surgery halted all those talks in spite of what people say. The league has spoken. Jimmy sucks. When you have a shoulder like that, I don't care who you are. Unless you're Tom Brady or Aaron Rodgers, that's about it. You're going to the end of the knife and getting this done. Your hand's bad. I'm giving him $27 million next year to sit around and learn my new offense. So with just a few teams in need of a quarterback for next season, Garoppolo returning to the 49ers is starting to become more of a realistic possibility. Ooh, that's going to piss a lot of people off, I guess. But that situation, as I suspected, though, JG's really unsure he could go through again. He's not happy. He doesn't want to do that either. JG did say to that, quote, I don't know. We'll see. It was a strange year. I don't know if I wish that on anybody, but it worked out. We're here now, unquote. So Jimmy's just in as much a hurry to get out as people are for him to get out, apparently. JG knows things are on hold for now, but he's hopeful more doors will open as his rehab comes to an end. And JG went on to say, I don't know, honestly. There are a couple of different scenarios that we've played out. I think the shoulder is going to be a big part of it. As this comes along, more and more stuff will start to happen, unquote. Meanwhile, the Niners now have to try and mend fences with Deebo while simultaneously sorting out their quarterback situation. And Deebo has been one of Garoppolo's greatest defenders on the Niners, and the two have had ridiculous success together. So you know what? Actually, if a team had a lot of money to just start and everything, then I know you're probably going to me hard at that. Jimmy's 30. He's got 5 or 6 more years for sure. Build around those two. You got to be a really bad team, though. You don't have anything going on already. But yeah, that might work. Because who's got more experience together than Jimmy and Deebo, right? Other than, some of the other quarterbacks around the league, that have been together with a receiver for a long time. But Jimmy Deebo for the last 3 years, that's been pretty much the story in San Francisco. If all else fails, a package deal certainly is a possibility, but the Niners will exhaust all options, keep Deebo before they move to that contingency to begin with. And Vegas is wasting no time to cash in on the Niners' misery. Fam, if you checked it out, Vegas has already said, let's get some money out there and make these deals or these bets. So DraftKings have got the numbers out already, and by overwhelming margin, the Niners are a heavy favorite to retain Deebo. And the Niners have all the leverage in this, right? He's got another deal. He's got another year left in his contract. He's not going to sit out a whole year. That's just not what he's going to do. You know this. We know this. And they can just sit back and ignore him. Or just let him throw his temper tantrums and say, Deebo, all the rules apply. We're going to start camp a certain date. You need to be there. Also, it's going to be a fine issued every day that you miss. Deebo said, y'all ain't going to take me seriously. Deebo, we don't want you to leave, okay? What do you want me to get down on my knees? I don't know why you're so upset. We're willing to go halfway with you. We start, every offer goes like this. You start low. I mean, you come in with an opening offer, you give yourself room to work with, and then you go from there. You know this. Hell, if you didn't like the first deal, then come back, let's do it again. And I know that's what happened. Anyway, 49ers are minus 205, Jets plus 450, Eagles plus 1,000, Patriots, Bears 1,600, Ravens plus 1,800, Bucks, Chiefs, Chargers, Titans 2,000, Bills, Packers, Browns plus 2,500, Saints, Cowboys. Did you see what the Cowboys said? They're not exhausting. They're not negating any potential thoughts about going after Deebo. Can you imagine Deebo in a Cowboy uniform? But Saints, Cowboys, Falcons, Colts, Dolphins plus 3,000 ain't gonna happen. Vikings, Steelers, Commanders, Panthers, Jaguars, Texans, Lions, Broncos, Bengals, Raiders, plus 5,000. Giants, plus 7,500. Seahawks, Rams, Cardinals, 10,000. Hey, Sean, no, there will be no Deebo. DraftKings Michelle's favorite landing spot, though, was actually Baltimore. Michelle is quote, I think it would be such a great idea for them to go all out. They have good weapons already. It would be so nice for Lamar Jackson. They could be a scary offense and really take you over that line where you're true, serious Super Bowl contenders. I think they can get it done because they have pick number 14 and number 76. Send those two picks over for Deebo, and I think that makes sense for both sides. Fam, you know what? By the way, if you have any team with the right picks and you think it's actually feasible or possible, bring them to the table tonight. The Ravens also have pick 45, so they clearly Baltimore has enough draft capital. They want to get a deal done. Plus, they're a more attractive destination for the 49ers than some other places because they're in the AFC. Get him the hell up out of the NFC. I do not want to see Deebo come back to play against the 49ers. Doesn't matter what you think of, that dude can play some football. I don't want to see the mouthpiece flying out of those 49ers' faces. So, those teams, the Ravens check the boxes, multiple boxes. It still feels terrible to have to discuss Deebo playing for another team, though. At the very least, however, maybe some good can come out of it if you're able to win a little bit of money betting on what happens next. So if you're looking for the draft, there it is. You want to go ahead and put some money on that and see what happens. And since we're talking trade days before the draft, is the reality of a trade on draft night is becoming more impossible. God, that would be a really weird night. And the 49ers have moved up to pick number whatever in the first round via a trade for Deebo Samuel. That's just getting, you can hear a hush across the Niner Empire, except for the guys who think we can do without him. You're going to hear this quiet. Really? Damn. All of a sudden, the draft is not going to be so much fun for a lot of us. Wow. Try to wrap yourself around that. No Deebo next year. So, fam, would you trade for a Jimmy G sandwich if you were a GM? And anything else you want to bring to the table on this madness? Alex Goldberg says, you think Chance Brady still come to the Niners? Alex, you know, in NFL, you can never say never. But you can definitely say, hell no. Ain't no way. And the real McGrady, McCoy says Deebo and Jimmy D-Pack for Tampa for Tom Brady. See, what you guys don't have to understand, thanks for contribution, guys. You guys didn't understand Tom needs to approve of that. Tom says, what? And you're gonna put me on there without Deebo? Guys, you know what? I'm going back into retirement. Thanks. No thanks. Brady's not an idiot. He likes the 49ers, but Brady wants to walk into a situation where it's clear that he can win the Super Bowl. He's not going in a situation where maybe we'll be okay and maybe we're not. So I would say no. No. And he's got to deal with Kyle's system. And then the 49ers got to deal with Brady being his select players that he knows are going to work for him, which you and I both agree should be the thing that you do. But John and Kyle want to run the team. They don't want Tom running the team. This is why you're always going to see a quarterback that can do as he's told. You know, that's why I know Jimmy wants to leave as well. Jimmy wants to be going to probably an offense where he could actually be the focal point or somewhat more the focal point. Kyle's offense, and it's a dynamic one, it's about working parts to work toward one objective. The quarterback may be the head, but the rest of the guys hold just a little bit less of a responsibility on that offensive success. So it's not just about the quarterback. So this Tom is all about Tom. So is Rodgers. But Rodgers may be a little easier to work with than Tom. But Brady, Hall of Fame, first ballot, maybe don't even vote for it. He just tell him, Tom, you're in. We don't need to vote on it. You know, you're not going to argue with him. So let me get my ears on and say hello to Dre. Dre, come on in, Dre. Dre's being regular nowadays, Dre. Boy, you're all into this subject, ain't you?
What up, Ronbo? Yeah, man, because I ain't going to let nobody just bash my Niners or Deebo like that. Hold on. Everybody pump their brakes. I got a lot to say. Let me hurry up and say it before I forget, because you remember the other day was 420.
I tell you.
But it's 420 for me every day. But anyway, so basically what I want to say is, for starters, I've been doing my due diligence, listening to everybody's podcasts and checking on everybody's reporters. And they're all saying that the 49ers rejected their offers. There's been a lot of nice offers.
You saw that phone call him and A.J. Brown? And what I still don't understand about that, what was A.J. Brown doing on the phone?
I was the one
that was scary. What are you guys conspiring now?
No,
but go ahead.
No, yeah. Unfortunately, they're players stick together organizations, some like the NBA. But the 49ers not interested, and I don't think Deebo and his agent is on one accord, because you can kind of see how that is blowing up. Because I don't know if Deebo actually said he requested a trade, because after that came out, he came out and said what he said. The only people that know is his agent and the 49ers and himself. And then he had to turn around and delete that. So I don't know if his agent got on the phone and said, hey, yo, Deebo, what are you doing? And then he deleted it. And so I'm like, okay, so is your agent really out here doing all this for you? And because he said they didn't offer him nothing. They ain't got nothing to offer him.
Wait, Dre,
and
did you catch the part where Deebo said, no need to offer me anything, I need to be traded?
He never said that. He never said that.
I don't believe that one either.
He never said that. He never said that, because right afterwards, and then everybody want to speculate, oh, he want to be closer to home, oh, the Niners did something. The Niners never offered him nothing. Look at our numbers Look how much money we got. What can we offer him? We got to wait for Jimmy to heal up to either cut him or, God, please, somebody come and get him. But, like, it's either or. You can't just go say, oh, yeah, we're going to cut Jimmy and give him some money, and then, hell, whatever we got left over, we're going to try to sign Deebo with. That ain't how it go. Plus sign the draft. That ain't how it
Jimmy
go.
may ask to be cut. I think Jimmy wants nothing more to do with this from what I'm reading. He's had it. He wants to go somewhere where he can be the quarterback.
And then he's going to say he want to go. Yeah, no, sure, I will go with Deebo. I bet the hell you would. Shut the hell up.
Yeah.
You half of the reason why we in this mess. You in your bumness. But I'm not going to go there. It's about Deebo.
And you should, because Deebo had an outstanding year, and Jimmy was on the field. But, that's okay.
That's neither here nor there, because he had to have an outstanding year because he was on the field. Now, if you...
He threw the ball, Dre.
That's all.
It's okay to make a point of it, but I don't understand the bashing Jimmy.
Partially.
He had a great year.
I'm not going to bash him. I'm not going to bash him. I'm not okay. When Jimmy was throwing without a bum shoulder or a bum finger, look at the record.
Yeah.
What was our record? Without any hurtness or any injury, what was our record? As soon as he got injured, that's when Deebo showed his and Kyle messed up in the fourth quarter. But I understand, and Deebo don't want to be used as a running back. He don't like running up the middle, and I get it. If you want to use him as a wide back, wide left, wide right, here and there, and I get that too. And I'm hearing that other teams is saying that if he do not want to be used the way Kyle used him exactly last year to the T, they don't want to trade him for a high price pick. So the Niners going to have to get that squared away. And for all those that think that him and Jimmy is going together, can't nobody play both of them.
I know that's a good point there, though. That's just too much.
Can't nobody pay the both of them. You want us to give you a high price pick and pay him? What?
You'd have to be one of the teams that's at the rock. Detroit could do it. They just got to get rid of Jared Goff and a couple other players and bring that in. Because no matter what, it's a winning combination, Dre. No matter what you say, Deebo and Jimmy, they win. At the end of the game, they win. Yep.
Because Deebo got to play the quarterback, he got to play the wide receiver, he got to play the running back.
He just got to run across the middle of the field.
He got to block for himself.
He's just got to run across the middle of the field.
Jimmy sometimes.
And wait for the ball to get there.
And damn near die because of Jimmy Hospital ball.
I do not know what game you guys be watching. Some of them throws were straight money. Okay, go ahead, Dre, because you're gonna say go ahead.
Okay, but did you see the NFC Championship game when dude got rung his bell because of Jimmy Hospital ball?
Yeah, and I also know Jimmy couldn't get the velocity on the ball that he might have got if he wasn't hurt. I take all those kind of things into consideration, but that's all right. And also, that was a blindside hit, though.
Okay. That's why I say it's not about Jimmy. It's about Deebo, but we have to give Jimmy his due. We have to give him his due credit. We're trying to give him his due credit to be a good – you said they're a great combination, but the only way they're a great combination –
They are, Dre. I mean, you can't get that much yardage with no quarterback ever throwing the ball to you. And every throw wasn't bad. Deebo dropped about 100 yards, too. So, I don't know.
Yeah, you're right. I give you that. I give you that.
I still understand the stack of them.
But Jimmy wasn't. But what I heard about Jimmy, they wanted to see him as a backup quarterback, not a starter. And for some of those teams that did want him to trade him, they wanted him to be, yeah. He's a backup quarterback.
Well, that's the same media.
I don't know. That ain't me, Ronbo. That's them.
Yeah, I know. So.
Yeah, that's what I say, Ronbo. I'm so damn darn confused. I don't know what to do. I'm tired of smoking because every time I smoke up my joint, I look at the television and they say, "Oh, Deebo just said this." I be like, "Where? He said it? Y'all got him on recording saying it? Please, somebody record the man saying it next time. Don't just say where he said, because I ain't gonna do nothing for me, man."
You need to brace yourself, because between now and draft night, there's no telling what's going to be said. But look at,
I don't think nothing gonna happen.
It is over 4:20, Dre. We gotta go. I'll see you.
No, but wait.
See you Sunday.
Wait, Ronbo. Wait. All right, but wait before I go. If he do get traded, please believe at the end of this season, somebody get fired. You have a blessed one, Ronbo.
Yeah, because the 49ers might not be
Jimmy
winning like
Garoppolo.
Yeah. Have a great night, Dre.
You too, Ronbo.
Night, fam. Alex Goldberg says, hey, I've already $200 into a bet Brady's coming. Can I just spend this $20 to have you make your best case why Brady's coming? I thank you for your show. Keep the faithful good. Alex, I would love to. I just don't see any scenario with Brady coming. And like I said, the dynamic between Brady and Kyle Shanahan, I don't see how that's possible. And I do think that's why the 49ers said nay to that offer way back, was that 2 years ago? Because Kyle wants a guy that he can control to some degree. He's not going to want a quarterback that's going to come out there with Brady's experience and talent, and he's older than Kyle, isn't he? You know, and Kyle's, and can you imagine the looking down upon Kyle as if to say, Kyle, listen, what you're asking me to do is not going to work. I can tell you that right now. Tom, listen, could you just do this, please? You know, they just don't want it. So I just can't see it. Good luck with that, though. If we get it, it'll be very interesting. Leon!
What up, Ronbo? I had to call in tonight with all the Deebo craziness going on.
Oh. It's going to get crazier.
I know. It's going to be a long week, but you said the team, I think, me and Shabazz were talking about this earlier. I say Detroit. I say package him and Jimmy and send them both to Detroit.
Ooh, wow.
Because Detroit has the second pick in the draft. So we get the second pick and whatever other pick they have.
Ooh.
And then,
don't they have more than one first-round pick, though?
I think so. I think they do. So, I mean, I figure if anybody has the money,
the second first one. If they have two, they give you the second first-round pick. They'll keep their first round, or their number 2 pick. But then they give you the second one. I don't know where that is.
Me either, but, they could work something out. I mean, and I feel like, this whole thing is kind of, if Deebo really said he doesn't want to negotiate anymore and he just wants to trade, I feel like that's disrespectful to the fact that this is the team that drafted you. And I don't care what anybody says, Deebo wouldn't be Deebo without the 49ers. Period. If say, the Jacksonville Jaguars would have drafted Deebo, he wouldn't be the Deebo that we see now because it's the system that's helped him.
He'd probably be good, but not this kind of good. This is why when people start ragging on Jimmy, I always laugh because you know what? Jimmy and Kyle are the reason Deebo's doing what he's doing. There's no other way about it. Deebo's not throwing the ball. Those are timing routes he's collected on. And when he gets the ball, now it's another story. Deebo can run for 40 yards.
Yeah, so I mean, I feel like at least in good faith, you should at least see if there may be a compromise if the whole situation is about your usage. I mean, if not, it's like, come on, man. Like, I think you owe the 49ers more than just to say, I just want to be traded and I don't want to talk to you anymore.
Leon, that's why. How much of this do you believe? I'm struggling with Deebo saying, no, y'all ain't got to offer me no contract. I'm gone. I just don't believe
weird.
that.
It is weird. I mean, if he is saying that, good riddance. Let's get rid of him.
This is why
my thing is, go ahead, Ronbo.
No, that's why I know. That's just pure fantasy.
I hope it is because my thing is I don't want anybody on the team that doesn't want to be on the team. I don't care who it is. If you don't want to be there,
and you're not going to help the team if you don't want to be here anyway.
Right, exactly. So that's kind of my point. I'm not gonna, hold the night up or anything, but that's my point. If we could get Detroit or another team that has a high pick, because I want us to go grab Christian Watson so we could have a trade Christian Watson like Cincinnati has Burrow and Jamar Chase. But other than that, man, it's gonna be what it's gonna be, huh?
Leon, the more people talk about Christian, I'm starting to worry about is he really? They say first of all he's a little too lean. He's him and they only worked for a few games together, although those were pretty good games. But I mean,
right?
If he's a little slim, the 49ers are into bust your butt football. They want tough guys.
That's true.
So
That's true.
Yeah, I don't know if the 49ers really like him like that.
It's going to be interesting. It's going to be fun to see, Ronbo. It's
I
going to
know,
be fun
right?
to see what they end up doing. It's just fun to talk about and watch and, see how everything goes. But, like I always say before I get out of here, Ronbo, Niners since a minor was a nation to an empire. I'll tap back in with you probably closer to the draft or
All
afterward.
right, Leon. Good to hear from you, too. It has been a while.
All right, Ronbo. You too, man. Have
All
a
right,
good
man.
evening.
You too.
All right.
And let's roll all over to Bethel. Hey, Bethel.
Hey, Rumble.
Bethel. Well, the trade scenarios are getting crazy now. You got a Jimmy Deebo sandwich. And some of the other things that are being said, teams are lining up their picks according to the media. Of course, the media is probably the one lining up these picks and how they go about trading for Deebo. And also, you got the latest thing that really blows me off my chair is Deebo signaling the 49ers from the start. There was no need to offer him a deal, that he was looking to leave San Francisco and please trade me. I really think that's such an outrageous lie that whoever started that lie, they need to have no more posting up for that media person. That's insanely crazy. I doubt that.
No, the thing is that we're having a situation as the same thing as who the right receiver everybody wanted, AJ Brown? No, wait.
Yeah. I had him in my mock draft that year. I wasn't drafted Deebo.
No, the thing is that they're both in cahoots with each other.
Well, they got the same agent.
And yeah, they have the same agent. And the thing is that I think because this is all happening because of Deebo's friends, because of the people he has around. Because if you hear that call when Deebo is talking to his friend, the way his friend is talking,
wait, that was AJ Brown.
tells me a lie.
You know that was AJ Brown, right?
The way AJ Brown was talking then, that's not good, because it's basically telling him, hey, like, fuck that, like, or sorry for saying that, but, saying, like, don't listen to that, or, if they're both talking and he's over here hyping him up, and then his friends on the media, 25, or we're walking, and then his brother doing all this, that tells me a lot, that people are talking in his head, people are doing all this in his head.
Yeah, his brother.
And he's doing all this.
That really sounds. I mean, is his brother going to lie?
Yeah.
His brother doesn't know how to do that, does he?
Nah.
But AJ on the phone is wearing me out. Deebo, why are you calling the shows with AJ in the background? Oh, no.
Yeah, that right there sealed the deal, because that tells me that the Niners were thinking of, taking care of him later, because I think the Niners, what they wanted to do was, maybe they were talking to Deebo at lunch and saying, hey, Deebo, we're going to take care of you. We're going to do all this. And the day it came, they couldn't do it because Jimmy was still in the books. Jimmy is still here. And Deebo is seeing all this love to Jimmy that, we're going to keep him. We could pay him this 25. And if Kyle wants him, they're not showing any love to Deebo. So Deebo's starting to tantrum.
You think
people are showing more the organization.
I don't think Jimmy's involved.
If you see all this Jimmy, we'll keep him, we'll pay him, and all this.
They said.
What does that say to you?
You're exaggerating it. They said when he was in the hospital, there was some things they were entertaining ideas, but I don't know about any love being given them. In fact, the 49ers probably didn't really appreciate it.
No, but that's what he's thinking.
I think Jimmy wants
That's
out.
what he's thinking.
And the 49ers probably know he does.
Yeah. No, but if you're the player, you're seeing all this love with Jimmy.
Okay.
And
nobody's gonna talk
and Deebo wants all his money.
But remember,
and you're not offering them anything.
Yeah, but remember, that may not be true. Now, we don't know what they offered Jimmy. Somebody also said they offered Jimmy 19. The numbers are going anywhere. It's an opening offer. Remember, Bethel, opening offers always start out low. And then you see where the player will bite. And then, of course, the player doesn't like it. Then they come back and they come up in the low. You take it step by step. This is a routine that every team goes through. So whatever they started with had nothing to do with Jimmy. Deebo does not have a problem with Jimmy. That's his guy. So he's not going to look at Jimmy and look at his love and say, that's not fair. He just wants to know what the 49ers are going to do for him. Jimmy's none of his business, like Jimmy's making him none of his business other than support. So Deebo and the 49ers is a whole separate individual situation.
Yeah, but you don't know if Deebo's thinking that way either.
The way he talks about Jimmy, I really seriously doubt that Deebo's got any animosity towards
Deebo was
Jimmy.
talking real nice about Kyle Shanahan, that he's over here saying all this nice stuff about him, and now he don't want to be in the organization. Like, what went wrong?
Don't take anything as a gospel truth yet. Remember, these are just things the media's throwing at us, and that's why that's why Deebo wrote up the other day saying, man, writers are going to write. That's what they do. Nobody knows the truth except for me. He ain't put his agent's name down there, and, of course, the 49ers. So now you got to be careful what you bite on, Bethel. Don't bite on everything.
If it was like that, then why did he throw up all the stuff that he's been doing? If he wanted between his agent, between him, then he would not said anything. He would not did all this, throw off the media stuff about the Niners and everything. He would not done that if it was really up to them three.
But do you think he really said those things? I don't, unless I see him or hear him being quoted. What I am concerned about is that conversation when I'm watching him and I'm listening to what he's saying, and AJ's in the background. I'm like, what's AJ doing in this conversation? Is that AJ Deebo's talking with? Oh no! So I got to feel they're supporting each other.
You could hear it.
I know.
Yeah, but the way he was saying it, that says a lot. The way he was saying it. So.
Well, he's got AJ's support. They're supporting each other on this.
Yeah. Yeah. And I say it like this: if we pay Deebo 30 or whatever we're gonna pay Deebo, then we better win a Super Bowl. Because if we don't win a Super Bowl, then we're gonna blame everything on Deebo because we're giving him all his money.
No.
And he's all the offense.
No.
So we have to win the Super Bowl.
We're still gonna blame Jimmy. No, even if Jimmy's in another city, we're still gonna blame Jimmy.
No, you cannot blame Jimmy.
They're gonna blame
He's not gonna take all the money.
Blame Jimmy.
You can't do it.
For the next 5 years, no matter where Jimmy is, he can be at home retired watching TV. If anything goes wrong with the 49ers, blame Jimmy.
The thing is that the other thing is that look at Amnon Sandler or the one that left us. He was talking all these nice things about Jimmy.
Who? A lineman?
No, the right receiver that left to New Orleans.
Hey, I'm trying to tell you, only people outside the locker room hate Jimmy. The players love him.
Look at
Kyle.
This is what I'm gonna say about him.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say about him. If he really felt that Jimmy could win us a Super Bowl, he would have stayed. Because when you believe in a quarterback and you know you could win a Super Bowl with him, you're gonna stay. But he went to New Orleans.
So
why? Because he knows that he could win a Super Bowl with them. But they didn't.
But you know what?
Got it wrong.
Does that mean Deebo doesn't believe in the organization or Trey Lance? You can't go by that. Emmanuel Sanders is all about the money. Did you see that post he put on Instagram?
That's why it's all about the money.
Yeah, but you see that
post he put on Instagram? That's why it's all about the money.
Yeah, he doesn't. Sanders is all about the cash. He's at a point in his career where he's got to get paid. This is why I'm worried about not Trent, but this is why I'm worried about Trent Williams. If the 49ers don't get this stuff ironed out, so it looks like they've got a stable situation going on here in San Francisco, he's going to be the next guy to say, listen, I think we should probably go ahead and I ain't got enough time for all this. Y'all understand, right? I mean, I'm 30 what? I got to go. and then he gets traded next. And this could be a domino effect if things don't go get better quick. So we need to worry about this.
Yeah, that's the reason that the Niners either have to trade him or either make a deal. But if they make a deal, then we have to win the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
why?
agreed.
Because everybody's saying it. Everybody's saying that he's a whole offense, so he has to win us a Super Bowl.
Well, he was last year. Look at all that work he put in. Anyway, Bethel, we got to go, and let's see if Sunday it gets better or worse. I'll see you then. Okay.
Hopefully it'll get better. Hopefully it'll get better.
It's not going to get any better, but I wish it would. All right, fam.
And I really see somebody burn Deebo jersey. So
you know what's going to happen. All right.
Yeah.
Bethel, have a good night. Don't burn his jersey.
Hit the like, and let's go now.
Night, Bethel. There he is, the man, indeed, who drinks nothing but pina coladas for breakfast. It's it's Tony. Tony, get in here, man.
Aloha, Ronbo. Happy Friday. How you doing?
Aloha, Tony. I'm like every 49er fan right now. I'm so totally just. Tony's got to the point now. I've become numb. I'm making jokes. Everybody I talk to, I'm making jokes about the 49ers, I said, we could just postpone the whole season and say, listen, we can't participate this year because we got some things we got to take care of. Is that okay? It's just, whoa, God. Tony, the Jimmy coming in and making things worse by saying, yeah, I'd go anywhere Deebo goes, no problem, And then, of course, you got Deebo on the phone doing interviews with A.J. Brown backing him up. That kind of worries me.
Well, I don't know if it's this is all, in my opinion, PR bluster. Nobody really knows what's actually going on. That is true. Deebo is saying all sorts of stuff. He's on social media saying one thing, then a media report comes out. He contradicts the media report. This is all about Deebo Samuel being very, very good at manipulating social media. And because he's manipulating social media in the way that he is, you and I are talking about him. There's a million people lined up right now to talk after me about Deebo Samuel. This is all generated by Deebo Samuel's social media. And you know what? Good for Deebo. Deebo is a great player. He deserves to get paid, and this is a negotiating tactic on his behalf. And I think we're going to resign him. I really, really think we're going to resign him because there is no team. There is no team that is going to be able to offer the 49ers what Deebo Samuel is worth to the 49ers.
Yes. We can rely on that, Tony. We can hang our hat on that. There's no team that's going to have enough stuff to give to the 49ers and say, well, okay, that's satisfactory. There's just no way.
Yep. And I think if the situation was truly toxic in between Deebo Samuel and the San Francisco 49ers, we would not be seeing these sorts of tactics. I think he would actually be confirming in social media, yes, I want to trade. As far as all the things about Deebo Samuel wanting a trade are all through the press. So it's people talking behind the scenes, being manipulated themselves, these reporters, probably by Deebo Samuel's agent, saying, hey.
It's a master plan. It is.
Well, okay. If you're Deebo Samuel, you were drafted in the second round by the San Francisco 49ers. The San Francisco 49ers contractually have Deebo's rights for one more season. There is nothing Deebo Samuel can do about this. So the only thing he can do to get any sort of leverage at all is to turn to the court of public opinion and try to stir the pot a little bit. And again, Deebo Samuel is worth big-time money. He is worth big-time money, upwards of $20 million per season. And the thing I keep coming back to is, well, the reason why we can't re-sign him is because we are up against the cap because we didn't foresee Jimmy Garoppolo needing that shoulder surgery, and we thought we were going to be able to move him. I think we could have moved Jimmy to the Redskins. Excuse me, pardon my French. We could have moved Jimmy Garoppolo to the Commanders.
It's definitely PC. You got to call the Commanders. Yeah.
It's a real thing. So Jimmy could have been moved to DC, right? But he vetoed that trade, as far as from what I can tell. Okay, and so now we have a little bit cap strapped with Parag, who kind of does business the way you did business in the early 2000s with a very, very different salary.
Or maybe before.
Cap. Yeah. So, we look around and we see the Rams and the Saints able to sign all these guys and have these really strange cap numbers and create all this space. The Niners are not a team that plays around with the cap that way. And it's unfortunate because, if we were, I think we probably would have re-signed Deebo Samuel to a deal similar to what both Devontae Adams and Tyreek Hill got. But because of the way the Niners do business, this is where we're at. And until we can create some extra cap space either by extending some players, Jimmy Ward, Eric Armstead, somebody who has a honeypot contract to free up the space. We just can't afford Deebo Samuel's signing bonus right now. And ultimately, the cap is going to go up. There will be some cap alleviation. I think we are going to see Jimmy Garoppolo move before training camp. And when that happens before training camp, that is when Deebo Samuel is going to resign. And it's going to be a big deal with a signing bonus that he deserves. And so all this we're talking about right now, it's great theater. It is great theater. And you know what else? It's fantastic for the 49ers, too, because instead of talking about how we don't have a second or a first-round draft pick this year and that we're not drafting until day 2, we're talking about Deebo Samuel and Jimmy Garoppolo. So, all in all, it's upside for Deebo because he's raising his value, at least in the public sphere, right? It's upside for the 49ers because we're harping on them because of Deebo Samuel, and they hold all the cards with Deebo Samuel. So I don't think Deebo is going to leave. If he does leave, it's going to be for an astronomical deal, in which case, we'll hopefully get some good draft compensation for that.
Oh, yeah.
And going forward, I think Deebo is going to be a 49er catching passes deep downfield next season, which is what I really, really want to see. So, Ronbo, what do you think about all that?
I do wonder, though, if the contract that they would negotiate this year doesn't kick in until next year, I don't know why money would be an issue. You could tell him anything for a number now. I don't know if he would accept a large bonus this year, which I think the 49ers would pony up a huge bonus just to make him happy for this year or whatever it would take. So the cap hit is something I think is not really an issue. The people mention that a lot. But I don't think it is.
He would be signing an extension, and I believe if you were to correct me if I'm wrong, chat, but if you do sign an extension, you get a bonus. That money needs to be prorated throughout the duration of the contract, right? So he'd be signing an extension for the end of his rookie deal all the way going forward, right? So essentially, to do that, it would raise the cap number. He would
that would
put
be
us over
substantial.
The cap.
Yeah, if it is gonna exercise this year, then it would have a substantial hit. So
Yep. So Deebo deserves to get paid. That's at the end of the day. My position is Deebo Samuel deserves to get paid. So I really hope this works out. I think it is going to work out for him in the end, and I'm not mad at him. I'm not mad at Deebo at all.
And the bottom line is, Tony, nobody has the assets to offer up enough to get Deebo. They just don't. Not right now. I don't see any team around the league. The Cowboys are joking. They don't have anything, and it's the media probably manipulating them as well. But there's nobody has enough for what the 49ers would be expecting in compensation for Deebo.
Exactly. Well, teams have it. They're just not going to be willing to give up what they feel Deebo Samuel is worth. I mean, honestly, if you were to go to the Niners and say, here's 2 firsts, here's 2 seconds, if you're an NFC team, I think the Niners would be like, okay, we'll think about that. And for an AFC team, again, 2 firsts and 1 second. But I don't see any team valuing Deebo that high, and the 49ers should absolutely hold the cards. And they should say, all right, we value him
We tried Deebo.
Him.
What are we going to do?
Yep.
Yeah. No,
Exactly.
Deebo. Fine. I'm not, you know what? And he walks out of the room pissed off. Deebo, grow up. Will ya?
Yeah.
Come on. Exactly. Tony, good stuff. Great stuff.
Always good to talk to you, Ronbo.
All right. Looking forward to Sunday if you got some time, Tony. Appreciate you.
All right. Aloha.
Aloha. Oh, man. It's Barack O'Neill says, WTF, I'm stuck with 50 knockoff Deebo jerseys now. Hey, Barack, you got to move those things quickly. Deebo's going to be around for another. He's not going anywhere. I just don't see it. And the Big Show says, Ron, AJ, and Deebo both share the same agent. Yeah, I know. Somebody else said DK Metcalf was part of that contingent of wide receivers too. I never heard his name being mentioned in that club. Wow. Can you imagine that agent, though? I got Deebo. I got AJ. I got Delore. What's that? The guy over that's in Washington? Him too. AJ.
Terry McLaurin, Ronbo, not DK.
Who?
It's Terry McLaurin, not
McLaurin,
DK.
yeah.
No, it is DK. Terry McLaurin ain't represented by them. It's DK.
No, it is McLaurin. His name was mentioned, Jay.
No, it's not. It's DK.
Weeks ago.
Trust me, I know.
All right.
You're talking about with the same agent.
Yeah.
No, it's DK. Trust me. I put some money on that.
Would you? Okay.
Yes,
How much?
sir. How much you want to put on it?
I don't know, but I'm just saying. I saw the trio was.
Brando, I tell you,
what's that
I
guy's
know
name in
my
Washington?
football.
DeLorean.
That's all I listen to.
I know. Well, all right, you got it. DK. I've not heard his name mentioned with that group yet. All right, but Jay,
He's chilling. He ain't worried about that.
he shouldn't.
We the one with the diva.
But you know what's so funny, Coach? Because the Hawks are rumored to be trying to move DK. They just want anything that's worth anything. They're going to try to see if they can move it to get something back. Because think about that for a minute, fam. DK and the Hawks, Hawks ain't got nothing but a man on there trying to play safety, and he's cost them everything. They ain't got no first-round picks for days. They're starting to rebuild. It's in full blow. But you know what? Later for the Hawks. And there ain't no Hawks running around in here, so we can't hurt their feelings either. So
since you just brought up the Hawks, how did they send Jamal Adams 2 first rounds and a second and think we getting something lesser than that?
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy.
They are crazy. It's that air and that coffee in Seattle that they're drinking.
Yeah. But please, 49er fans, the faithful, get out of denial, man. She left you. She already wrote you a 4-page letter. You know what I mean? You seeing her on Instagram at the clubs. She out dating. She even tried to talk to your homeboy. She's gone. Get over it. And then when you get her back, if you do get her back, then she's going to be always looking at you like, I don't even want to be, you know what I mean? No, don't.
You talking about Jimmy, huh? Jimmy,
no, I'm talking about Deebo.
Oh, Deebo.
I'm talking about Deebo.
Oh.
It's already in the works.
You really believe Deebo? Okay, go ahead. Let me hear some more of this. Yeah, go ahead.
I mean, he gone. We keep trying to say, and how are we talking about, we didn't hear Deebo request a trade. How many superstars, how many players that request a trade did you hear come out their mouth? You don't. You hear from on TV and the eggs. They're not just pulling this shit out their ass. It just pissing me off how people just so like blind and nonchalant, just like in denial. Like stop being in denial.
Damn.
and then with Deebo so immature, why are you putting videos out with you and AJ Brown and your mom? No disrespect to your mom, but why are you doing all this? Because they offered you 19, 20 mil, and you think you 27 mil worth. I mean, I understand, you worth it, but still, that is the way you go about it, and then you want to, no more San Fran and your brother on there talking about y'all can't say that ain't his brother on there talking about we ain't going to be no 49er.
No, that's
and
clear.
Then he got the other dude.
Too. That's him.
And you see, and it's all who you are, it comes out in the light, especially when it's about money. Now he got people that own the clubs posting, if it ain't 25, we don't want it. Look at his brother. We not gonna be 40. What all these people talking about? We, Deebo? Come on, man. There's too many people in your camp talking for you, and like that's childish, immature. Oh man, bye, Deebo. Look, it ain't all bad at the end of the road, man. We get a boatload of picks. Rebuild this team next year. Once we Jimmy and Deebo this team, we got cap room to spend, build this team, man. It ain't all bad. Ain't got to cry over no one player, man. We survived when Jerry Rice left. We survived when T.O. left. Everybody else.
That's true. That's Jay. You've come to grips with it, haven't you? You've come completely to terms with this situation.
Rambo, I'm a GM. I see talent out there. If the Jets offer us 35, 38, 69 they first round next year, you know what I mean? We can get Christian Washington this year at 35, 38 we can get Bryce Hall, the best running back, and then we can get Shaquille Shiller out of Boise State, another wide receiver in the third round, and then use our rest of our picks that we normally had. And then we still got a first next year. And then all the cap money we're going to have from not having Deebo and not having Jimmy next year, we can go out there and probably have about 50 mil and go spend. And all we got to do is worry about, re-signing Bosa. Man, the team will be a whole much more talented and better instead of having one player. You know what I mean? That's all I'm saying.
Well, Jay's got this figured out, and he's sleeping peacefully at night, knowing Deebo is history. And hey, Jay, what's so funny? It may be the draft night. Everybody was sitting there holding their breath. Well, not you, because you be glad when he's gone. But I'll be sitting there waiting. Oh man, they go, look out, this could be it. And the fifth round, blah blah blah's on the clock. But they've traded their pick to the 49ers, who are now on the clock for Deebo. Samuel, and we'll be seeing them a lot today, the 49ers.
Oh, no, Deebo going to be traded before that draft comes. He's going to be gone before
you think
that.
so? That's only a few days, Jay.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, next week sometime. But, and then on the 49ers part, because I don't want to make it all seem like I'm against Deebo, but the 49ers, if you offer the man 19 and you can't go to 25, what's $6 million extra a year? A Santa Ecobon? So Santa Ecobon for the next 4 years, a player like him is more important than having Deebo on your team? Like, what are y'all doing? What are you doing?
You book him. And you know what?
Book him. You know what I mean? He make about $6 million a year.
And stop taking so long to sign people. You guys get yourselves in these situations by not signing people while people in his same position group are getting paid mad money. Now, of course, you're going to see that and say, where's my money? The 49ers that you guys dragging ass on that. You should have got it done before the season even damn near ended. No, honestly, I do blame them. They're partly to blame for this for sure, Jay. Oh, God, yes.
You're right, because what they offering them right now was top dollar before everybody else got their deal.
Now it's ass dragging.
Man. Now he looking at that like
y'all just
these
dudes
I'm way
like
better
that?
than these.
Right? Yeah,
that's
what he's looking at. Disrespect.
Because it ain't about where he live at, where his family live at. It's all about the money. You know what I mean? That's all. That's the bottom line. He want that bread. And he deserves it. But
Jay, we got to go. But I bet they don't drag ass on Bosa's contract.
No,
Bosa
did this year
for money
up
next year. Do it. Go ahead, 49ers. You'll owe him $40 million. Keep waiting. God, stupid.
With $120 million guarantee.
Oh, God. Well, Jay, they need to hire some new people working that front office, and I want the Rams people over there. No, I don't. I'm kidding. I still want to go to the draft, but don't be stupid when it's time to be smart. Anyway.
Yeah, you're right.
Well, Jay, I'm gonna tell you what. I'm gonna see. It's always good to hear from you. You always got something penetrating. So we're gonna hear from you. You got some time Sunday, Jay. I'll be in here. All right.
It's all good, Ronbo. Have a blessed day, man. Appreciate all you do. You on production. Y'all the best in the world at what y'all do. Appreciate the faithful. It's gonna be all right. We still got Trey Lance out there.
I tell you. And we go need to get better, boys. Stop fooling around with these deals, Niners. All right, fam. See you Sunday.
For sure.
All right, Jay.
Have a blessed one.
All right,
bang, bang, not again. Bye-bye, Jimmy. Bye-bye, Deebo. Hit the road, Jack.
May not be over. Maybe we come.
Man, I love when Jay does that, man. That's such a great
It's like the 300 when that dude fell down that hole after what's his name pushed him in the boots. This is Sparta, and the dude fell for like 18 days before he hit the bottom.
That man just blasted off. He went straight to the moon right there, Ronbo.
All right, night, Jay. And the Big Show says, why are people so fascinated with Christian Watson? The Big Show's been on this campaign for some time now, and I saw something else by Lombardi and a couple of people about Watson may be available as late as the third round. He and Trey only played for like 5 minutes together. Stop. Show thanks and contribution. Are we overrating Christian Watson? Seriously. They had a few plays together, but maybe, he's a little. I understand he's a little gangly, a little lean. We don't want another Dante Pettis. The 49ers want bulldogs. They want guys when they catch the ball, it's dangerous to tackle them. And I don't know if Watson is that. We got Jay number 2. Hey, Jay. Jay loves Christian Watson.
You know why we want Christian Watson, Ronbo?
Because Deebo doesn't want him. I mean, you know that
what?
Big Show doesn't want him.
Okay, look, Christian Watson is taller than you. Okay, that's why. Okay, the man's 6'4" and he could run a 4.36. Ronbo. Okay?
I love him.
You can't teach that, Ronbo. You can't teach that, and he could block. He could block also. Okay, I know he played in the FCS or whatever the hell, but honestly, I think he's gonna be good. Like, watch him go to another team like the Chiefs and watch him ball out, and then what? We're gonna say, "Oh fuck, wow, we really missed this one up," or maybe the Packers,
Jay, But Jay, what's his? We know he's 6'4". How much does he weigh?
He weighs 210. He's lean, but come on, he could put up some muscle, Ronbo. Like
Yeah, he
that's
can.
what makes him fast, though. Can he?
I,
Like,
I just worry that if the 49ers, and the 49ers want people who can have physicality out there going at all times. I think that's what they're going to stay with now because it's been effective for them, right?
yeah.
We're known as that brutal team that when the game's over, you got guys sitting in the locker room, say, hey, over here, my arm, my leg. Yeah, I tried to take Deebo down, and I'm feeling it now. I didn't feel it during the game because adrenaline's pumping, but I'm in pain here. Whoa, hey, lay him down, guys, lay him down. This is the kind of football 49ers want to play. And if you're a little lean, that's why Dante Pettis got shipped out. They made up their mind that year.
Ronbo, I don't think we're gonna go for them type of receivers no more. I feel like we're gonna go for 6 foot something, 6'2" and up receivers because like Trey could
they're not going to change philosophy.
Sometimes Ronbo, I think we are gonna change their philosophy because look, what's it called? We got 2 guys that are 6 foot something in free agency. The new guys that we got, the practice squad guys,
right? The camp bodies. Well,
yeah, the camp bodies.
That's a good point, though. That's a good point. I don't know if they're gonna make the team, but
yeah, I don't know. They're camp bodies, but I feel they want to go for more solid receivers.
I can't offer any counter to that. That's true. They did pick up
okay,
a couple
but let's go to Jimmy Garoppolo.
Jimmy and Deebo.
The amazing
combo.
Jimmy Garoppolo. Yes. Well, I don't think anyone in their right mind would do that, Ronbo. Every single team in the NFL has a starting quarterback already. What? Like, it doesn't make sense. Like, the only team that could do it probably is
Detroit.
Carolina Panthers. But I would take Sam Darnold as our number 2 quarterback. Like, he's trash, but maybe better than Nate Sudfeld, but that's about it.
Poor Darnold. He came in as a child of great expectation in NFL too.
Yeah.
But here's the thing,
Thank God we in shape for that.
I do know if I'm watching Kyle Shanahan's football, and coaches and they don't care what the fans are saying. They're just going to look at the production between Jimmy and Deebo. If you can bring that kind of production to my house, I'm going to try it.
Okay.
Because that's a lot of yardage. Granted, Deebo, Jimmy only had to throw the ball 10, 15 feet or 15 yards and just get the ball to Deebo, which was the emphasis of the offense anyway. Kyle just wanted get the ball in friggin' Deebo's hands immediately. And we do 2 things. We take the stress off the offensive line, we get Deebo out in space, and he does his thing, and that worked to a charm. So, if I'm a coach from another team, I think I'd like to have that combination. But nobody can afford that. Deebo's going to cost way too much, and Jimmy's already too expensive. So, it's not going to happen. But it's funny that Jimmy would say that, though. He'd follow Deebo anywhere.
Yeah, no team would do it because, they're going to ask for too much money. Deebo is, he's going to ask for a lot of guaranteed money and maybe like a signing bonus, like 20-something million. I don't know what, 25 million.
Well, they're going to tell him what the bonus is, and then Deebo's going to sit there and say, well, you got to do better than that. Yep. Deebo, what's wrong with that? 30, 40 million deal, D. Look.
Yeah, so they can't pay for both of them.
Yeah, you know what you gave Stephon Diggs? They gave him 70. So I need 75 minimum. I don't know if Deebo's playing hardball or his agent is, but
Yeah. And Ronbo, I think it's about money, Ronbo. Like Deebo said it in the in that video with AJ Brown. He said they didn't offer me nothing.
That still works me. Why is AJ with you, Deebo? You can talk by yourself. Why is that?
Yeah, because they got the same agent, and
I know, but you don't need it.
Whichever one of those guys get paid first,
God, that bothers me.
Whichever one of those guys get paid first, basically the guy who gets paid first gets paid less,
Yeah,
and the other guy gets paid a lot more money. So that's the whole thing, probably. I would say Deebo, Ronbo. It's crazy as that sounds, but look, Nick Bosa, he's gonna ask for them big boy, them Monopoly dollars, Ronbo. Okay, like he's gonna
Don't pass go and he collect
pay like
$200.
yep, $40 million or something. I don't know what the hell. Like who's the highest paid guy right now? The defensive guy.
His brother Joey just got paid. You know what? It's a guy. I don't know who's the highest
I
paid
heard
edge
it
right
was
now.
80-something million, I think, or 70-something million, like guaranteed or something.
Jay, but I tell you what, we got to go, and all I can see is dollar signs. I'm no longer counting sheep. I'm counting dollar signs floating over my head.
Yep.
You know how much it's going to take to
Let's drive Christian
remain
Watson,
competitive.
Ronbo.
Yeah, you can. I don't really have a problem with that. I just don't see the 49ers thinking that way anymore.
And
but we'll
trade
see.
Jimmy, by the way. You know,
he's
anywhere.
leaving. Listen, Jimmy may quit. You know, if anything, Jimmy may just say, "You guys aren't going to cut me."
Wait,
Listen, I
Ronbo,
quit.
what I see? What I see? Jimmy don't want the smoke with Trey. Okay, that's why he wants to leave Ronbo. He's scared of Trey.
That's what he's afraid of. Jay, we're gonna go. Hey, I'll see you Friday, okay? I'm Sunday. I'm lost. You guys, does he go? Jerry, good night. Did he leave? I say TJ Watt, 28 mil average. Joey Bosa's second, 27. A mil apart. Hey, Jack, be nimble. Jack, be quick. Get on over here and give us some of that. No, I can't put that there. All right, Jack.
Well, it's the Jack Show. It's the Jack Show on tonight.
Jack, this is a good question to ask you. Are you a Christian Watson fan? Would you like to see him drafted first person off the board for the 49ers?
Hell no. You know me. The Draft King is back. And I'm telling you, thank you, Jay, for getting with the program, baby. Yeah, you know what? You want to come and bring this to my building. You bring all this stuff. You know what? I'm sorry, but we got to trade your ass. And we got to get the best capital for it. Why aren't we getting the best capital for it? I'm going to tell you who I like in the draft, but why aren't we getting the best capital like everybody's saying some ridiculous number, like number 2 pick overall? Why? Because John Lynch and Parag Marathi was told by the Jets, by Detroit, by everybody else, sign his ass, and then we'll give you everything, that king's ransom that you want. He's not signed because he's going to bring this drama next year to that team, and they know it. If we trade him, trade for Deebo, then he's going to go over there and be like, oh, man, you know what? Nah, $30 million. I want $32 million. Otherwise, I'm only under contract for 1 year, and I'm going to take my ass to Dallas Cowboys or wherever the hell he wants to go, Tennessee, wherever the hell he wants to go. So that's the reason why, you know what I'm saying? Inside edition, baby. You can't even get this from Ian Rappaport.
Situation. I got to pay him $26 million, and he may not even be back next year. That's why you got to sign the deal. I like that idea, Jack. You do the deal with the 49ers and let somebody else sign and trade.
And that's why, and that's why Deebo has been saying, I'm not signing any contract because he don't want to get suckered in. He wants to hold control, and he got the good agent for telling him this. That's why. Hey, Ian Rappaport don't know shit. Adam Schefter don't know shit. All of you all don't know shit. I know everything. God damn it. No, messing with y'all. It's too early. It's too early in London, man. I got to go to exactly where Amir Khan, the boxer, was in London and just got a 72,000 pound, almost $100,000 watch stolen the other day. But you know who I like? Once we do this trade on draft day, like I told you guys, watch out for draft day. I've been telling you guys on draft day, the best wide receiver is George Pickens. I've endorsed him. Write that shit down right now. George Pickens will be the baddest man on the planet. 6'3".
Is he physical?
He's physical. He will dominate your ass. Check the tape against Stingley, and that was his quarterback play because Stingley did get an interception, but he turned it around and juked his ass, got that damn touchdown. Check it out, man. The tape don't lie, but that's my draft crush now. Just, you know, George Pickens, 6'3", ran a 4.40 only because he was slightly still injured. And you know, I still like me some Jameson Williams, but George Pickens is my guy. Get his ass, whatever you got to do.
And believe me, next year you'll be saying the same thing like we did with Jamal. Oh, Jack was right again. All right. But yeah, man. I mean, we got to get this league traded. We got to get something done. We got to set an example, Ronbo. Like, you know what I'm saying? Okay, he knows what he's doing with his contract and everything. Package Jimmy G, do something, and let's get this thing started so we could figure out who we want to draft at the wide receiver position to replace him. Because just like AJ said, and I've been saying this all along, or Jay said a few calls ago, that, man, we were okay after Terrell. We weren't that okay after Terrell Owens or Jerry Rice, to be honest with you. But, you know, we made it work. But this time with the scheme we got, man, we make Deebo look great. And if you remember the Super Bowl in the end when we were trying to come back and Deebo was trying to go up and get that ball and the DB snatched it off him. He ain't that Devontae Adams that could go up and rip that goddamn ball out the air. DeAndre Hopkins. Well, guess what? George Pickens is. So Google that tonight, baby. All right? I got to hit the road now. But before I go, y'all check out my boy from London, okay? Bama Dilly Orsini. And check him out. He's like 6 foot, damn near 8, 330 pounds. And he has the longest wingspan you've ever seen, exactly the size of a Canadian goose, baby. All right? It's your boy Jack. Good morning from London. Adios. Let's get this goddamn trade going, baby. Love y'all. See you on draft day.
All right, Jack. Have a great day. There he goes. Into his day in the British Empire. Hey, Brittany.
Long time. No
Brittany,
see. How you
been a long
doing?
time. How you been doing?
I've been doing great.
And Brittany, you say, as good as a 49er fan can be doing, because right now, if you're into the team as much as we are, you're feeling all kinds of discomforts and anxieties, and it's starting to affect your day, like it's probably affecting mine. You sort of sit around and you dwell upon thoughts that you really could be thinking about something else more pleasant. But there the 49ers are doing madcap things. And then as soon as I say to myself, Deebo's a good guy. He's not doing anything wrong. This is a lot of media madness. Then I see him and AJ on the phone talking to Pat McAfee. I say, well, why is AJ, Deebo, you don't have to conduct that interview with AJ backing you up, do you? How come? That just confused me. I don't know. Is he happy with us? No. Right?
I don't know what's going on nowadays. Honestly, what I'm seeing right now, I think it's just media just trying to stir the pot as much as they can, because if you can remember when it came to after the Super Bowl season the 49ers had in 2019, 2020,
Yeah.
it was kind of like the same craziness with George Kittle.
Yeah.
Like, oh, when is George gonna sign? When is he gonna sign his contract? Like, what's gonna happen? Is he gonna get traded? And then it happened again last year with
George wasn't saying anything much.
Right, he remained quiet. But I don't like all this scrubbing the Instagram and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Kyler Murray did the same thing, but that's Arizona's problem, so not ours. But
yeah.
My honest opinion, I really do feel that Deebo's going to get signed. There's no way that I can see Kyle and John getting rid of him. And it's ridiculous, because if they get rid of him, it's like, oh, okay, who's going to be his position? Like, and this Christian Watson stuff, like, he's a good wide receiver, but in honesty, I don't think he may fall to us at 62.
Is he be a first-round pick?
Because either a first-round pick or an early
Late
second-round pick, because there are a lot of teams that need a wide receiver more than us. We
and
need
his stock went way up
defensive help.
Late recently, too.
And another thing that I want to bring up is so many people keep saying that the reason why Deebo is upset that he's not getting paid is because Jimmy Garoppolo is still on the contract, still on the book.
No, that's not true.
This is my problem. If that was true, how come John and Prague still found a way to sign players that were free agents from other teams, like the corner from the Chiefs? We signed him.
Yeah.
Jimmy's not a problem. We signed 2 wide receivers,
They've-
one from the Steelers, one from the Colts. Jimmy wasn't a problem. We even were able to restructure some contracts. But there's one contract people forget that is going to be off the books soon, and that's D4's.
Yep.
So,
Don't forget,
this
it's
is
all
my
about.
thing.
It's always going to be anything wrong directed toward Jimmy. Anything you
Mm-hmm.
think of, you have a problem with. It's Jimmy. So you know what though, Brittany. Here's something I want to ask you about though. Do you think
Mm-hmm.
D may if he did say anything like what they're saying, could it be that Deebo's thinking, okay, listen, you know what? I'm going to play this year. I don't want a contract though. I want at the end of the year, I want to be able to go out and check the market. Can we agree on that? I can see that coming.
I can too. I probably can see that happening as well because I've seen multiple players, not just wide receivers, whether they're defensive players, whether they're running backs, edges. I've seen that happen. They play like the final year of their contract, and then what happens at the end? Boom, they get signed.
Yep.
So it can happen.
Yeah.
Just this whole thing about, oh, he's upset because of the money, oh, he's upset because Jimmy's on the books, or he's upset because he's not getting money that Tyreek Hill is getting, Adams is getting. It's ridiculous. It's just the media stirring the pot to get clicks.
Because
that's just my opinion.
Opening offers are never near max. I don't know why people.
Right.
That's not lowball him. No, this is the way you negotiate. I don't come in there, Deebo, $25 million, $80 million bonus. Can we please call it a day?
Mm-hmm.
No, nobody. Tyreek didn't get that. Nobody gets that. It starts out at one pay. And
Nobody.
everybody knows the game, how it's played. And Deebo's agent has been around long enough. He should know it too. There's something else going on
Right.
here, but we can't get it revealed.
And A.J. Brown has no business sticking his nose into
Yeah,
Deebo Samuel's
that
business.
really
Just
bothers
because they
me.
have the same agent doesn't mean anything. Like, focus on the fact that you need to get paid by the Titans, okay?
You're right. Is Deebo backing him up on the phone in interviews in Tennessee? Papa, let me know if that's happening. AJ, get off the phone.
One thing for sure is Jimmy has Deebo's back. Deebo got Jimmy's back. We've
Yeah.
seen it, and that's all it is.
Yeah, it's got nothing to do with what they're doing with Deebo. And some of the things we're going to find out. Brittany, what worries me though is some of the things, the ugly truth about some things. If they come to the table to be true, I'm going to be so hurt. I really am. Because I don't look at Deebo, so I think he's one of the nicest guys on the team.
I already could tell what's going to happen. The whole fan base is going to blow up, and if Jimmy is still on the books, if Deebo is traded, automatically it's going to go to him. Exactly.
It doesn't stop there, Brittany. It doesn't matter. If anything's wrong with the 49ers, blame Jimmy. This is why, for his sake, I do be glad when he's gone. I say, okay, now, guys, here are some of the issues that we had while Jimmy was with us that are worse than ever.
I'll say this.
Should we still blame Jimmy?
I'll say this. I am a big fan of Jimmy Garoppolo, and I love my 49ers. I just want Jimmy Garoppolo off the team so he can continue to succeed in his career somewhere else where a team wants to give him a chance.
Yeah.
And where
Kyle's
he's not going to
offense-
have to deal with this nonsense.
Yeah. And also, Kyle's offense, he doesn't want his quarterback doing all the heavy lifting. He never has. And when people look at Jimmy or any other quarterback in Kyle, look at the Kyle quarterbacks he's had before. They do their work, but they play a role in Kyle's offense. They're not the man.
Right.
And everybody expects that to be the case. It's not going to change, especially now.
And people keep saying it's the offense, which is true, that's the main point on the 49ers, not Jimmy. But if that's the case, what makes people think that it's going to change with Trey? I think it's still going to be the same thing, that
Brittany,
they want the team to be the focal point.
We got to go in because it's a run first offense. And if people understand what that means, they will soon.
Right.
Anyway, Brittany, I tell you what I'm going to do, Brittany. I'll be looking at you. I just noticed you back on Twitter a little more often because I used to see you all the time. You took a little break. It was a good thing to do to maintain sanity,
Yeah.
All right. See you later.
Have a great night, Ronbo.
You too.
Yes.
Night, Brittany. And Emilio. Emilio, man. I got a kick out of, this is going to get worse. I still suspect George Kittle to get involved at some point, and other 49ers. Everybody seems to be having something. So all of a sudden, Jimmy's got to say, yeah, package me up with Deebo. I'm gone, baby. I said, what? I never thought about this. But 49er fans were packaging up Jimmy and Deebo at the same time ever since his first broke, right? So, but Deebo's now being unappreciated, looking like a villain. He's got A.J. Brown backing him up in these interviews. To me, I love Deebo. That is tacky, though. I wish he'd stop it and conduct himself in a manner that's a little more humble. I know you're a badass, D, but you carry it on, working social media, getting everybody involved, so the 49ers look bad. And, if this carries on in a couple more days, I'm saying, you know what? He is leaving on draft night. What are you thinking about the Jimmy sandwich, the Jimmy Deebo sandwich, the odds of the 49ers? Vegas says he's not going anywhere. What do you think?
Yeah, like I said, it all depends. He might go, he might not go. I said, to me, I feel both ways about it. If you don't want to be here, goodbye, good riddance. Thanks for what you did. I appreciate everything. Bye, Deebo. But if he does want to stay, keep him. Like I said, it's either way. Or the 49ers can play hardball. You're like, you know what, dude? You're in the contract. You don't have to do anything you ask us to do. Either you're going to play or you're going to ride the bench, and you're not going to get paid. So decide what you want to do. Either you're going to play or not. So, like I said, it can go so many ways for him. He can get paid. He can not get paid. So it doesn't matter. I don't even care no more. I'm just listening to it because you just hear it. You just hear hearsay. It's a day. He gives it in.
I know, right?
If he's
Goes
going to
back
say,
and forth.
say. If not, goodbye. Who cares?
Stop.
It always happens.
We'll get some new stories
Like
tomorrow.
the last. Yeah, his stories every day until he finally gets signed. It doesn't make a damn difference. It's just who it is. It's who it is right now.
And you mean when you look at Ian Rappaport looking confused, all hell's breaking loose. I mean, I see Rappaport and Pat McAfee, and Ian says, well, I think, and I believe, and this may be, Ian, I've never seen you even get involved in these kind of conversations. You come out, do the Rappaport, and you're gone. Now you're sitting around talking about, I don't understand. Basically saying, I'm not sure what the hell's going on.
He just talking. He don't know. He didn't Shanahan and Lynch didn't already show that nobody knows what's going on in the 49 office. We don't know and nobody else knows. So they're just talking and they're going to keep talking. That's
Somebody's coming out Monday to talk, right? I think.
Yeah,
one of
Lynch.
them. Yeah.
Lynch.
Oh, God. Of course, Lynch. He's going to come out with that big smile on his face and make everybody believe everything's
Lynch
under
ain't going
control.
to tell you nothing. Lynch is going to let you hear, no, we're in conversation. We're talking to him, And, he'll say, yes, he did ask for a trade, but we're trying to find out what he really wants. He's going to make it cute and cuddly. So, no, it's like I said, it's Lynch. So, he's going to give the media what they want to hear or the bare
Nothing
minimum
more,
what they need to hear.
and leave you still confused with a smile on his face, but
Yeah,
you still know no more than you did when he came out there, but before he came out there.
Pretty much. So, unless he's going to say, you know what, we're trading him, and okay, well, now we know it's quick. He came out from the Memphis now. So, but, and then, like I said, it's just basically clickbait so people can talk. Like I said, I hear it. I got my idea that if he wants to be here, like I said, I appreciate it. I want him to stay. But if he wants to, bye, Deebo. Thanks for what you did. Appreciate it. And, yeah, that's it.
But I mean,
what
would it take for you, though? I mean, if I'm another team, because I don't think there's an offer that the 49ers are going to think big enough. I mean, what is it going to take to get? It's definitely going to have to include a first-round pick and something else.
No, of course. Oh, shit. No, I want basically, I want this year's number one, next year's number one. Second, I might ask for a second-round draft pick for this year and next year. I want the whole kitchen. Yeah, I want the whole
first. I'll take a
You're not going to just get away.
Yeah.
I'm going to take 2 1s and 2 2s. I'm taking as much as I can, and maybe a player. I'm taking everything.
You're gonna hang up the phone and take the next off anyway. At the end of the your collection of calls, you're gonna make your decision. But the thing is, I'm wondering, what would they take? Somebody's gonna come up with something they know nobody can beat. I don't think it's gonna be the Jets.
Ain't nobody gonna pay for what they want to do, but they already said it. nobody wants to give up to what they want to do. But they said the 49ers want too much.
And they know it too. So, and Deebo wants to be on the East Coast, I think. If the Ravens did make a good pitch for it, Deebo would love it. He would, and you know what? When I think about it, he would look good over there with the Ravens. Damn it!
He said supposedly that wasn't true either. So I don't know what's going on.
I know.
It's just a bunch of hearsay. Like I said, I'll wait until it happens.
I know, right? Because it makes you crazy thinking about what they're talking about. I can't think everything. These stories are coming out sideways, and then all of a sudden they get straightened out, and then Deebo comes out with the post, man, don't nobody know what you're talking about. Only me and my agent and the 49ers know. Yeah. Okay, so that means everything we just heard is all BS? Yeah, I guess so. Okay, and then the next month year, Deebo saying, I just want blah, blah, blah. Deebo, what does that mean? So, you know.
He just wants to be taught. You got to realize we're in the internet, social media. He just wants to be talked about right now. That's all he wants.
We need to get used
it's
to
all
this.
about me.
This is every year. We're going to get this from every year now. Because they set a new style now. So every year, social media is going to get involved, and the player can just sit back and relax and watch the stuff unfold.
You got to realize, Antonio Brown does it. And we all hear it. He's all over the internet and everything. I want this. The Buccaneers didn't apologize to me. That's all these guys do nowadays. Get on social media and cry.
Yeah. And it's a PR nightmare.
It's just a new thing. So
organizations have to jump.
If you think about it, when T.O. used to complain, T.O. had to be in front of a camera. Now these dudes just get on the phone and start complaining.
And look, acting skills. You got to look angry and frustrated, and then make people feel sorry for you or feel mad at you, one or the other. But it's going to draw some emotion. You can just be sitting up there doing an interview. It's going to have some content to it. It's going to have some strategy. Like we're seeing strategy. So it's crazy.
The internet was a smart thing and a dumb thing at the same time.
Man.
Doing that man like little girls. You see McGlinchey get butthurt when they talk about him on Twitter. So what is the difference?
His post-game conferences, McGlinchey sat down looking mad.
They're making fun of me. I'm like, dude, really? Come on now.
I know, you guys.
All right, Ronbo, you have a good night.
All right, fam. Domino at work. Love it when he calls in. Domino's like, definitely one of them fair. Yo, have a good night, fam.
You have a good night too, Ronbo. I'll look you Sunday.
Looking forward. And Tony brought out an excellent point. This is the new way to go about getting your deal done. You make this a huge mess. Just throw different signals and messages all over the net. And pretty soon it turns into this it starts at this small little snowball, right? Pretty soon the lies just get so outrageous that they become believable, right? And then you start developing your feeling toward that person involved. There's people right now that hate Deebo. Just hate him. And there's people who look, can it all be true? I just want the truth. And then of course, you want the truth? Yes, you want the truth. You can't handle the truth. We can't. We can't handle the truth. Papa Dragon, he can handle it, though. Bob!
Hey, Ronbo.
Yes, Baba.
Shout out production. Man, this world is crazy. Man, well, what is up with your boy?
Jimmy. And Jimmy just decided to go out on the circuit Thursday, which I don't understand that either.
Hell? What the? We're gonna go live right now to Hooters to talk to Jimmy Garoppolo. Hey, Jimmy, how's it going out there?
Hey, it's going great.
It's going great. I just wanted to say, this is one of my favorite cities. I think that Deebo deserves every penny, and if they want to package us together, that'd be great. You know what? This is insane. The whole situation is absolutely insane.
Because when it's all over, the dust settles. We got 2-3 more weeks of this to go. If I had to bet money on the outcome, I wouldn't touch that bet with a 10-foot pole.
Could you imagine if T.O. was in this generation of football? Oh, my God.
He was the king of this kind of
Oh,
thing.
my God.
Oh,
Oh, my God.
I can see him now laying in the street out in front of Santa Clara, the facility. They put me out here and they told me if I said another word that my life would be over as it was. They forgot to pick me up, though. But I'm telling you right now, I ain't giving it up. T.O., are you serious? Do I look like I'm serious? He would be, T.O. would take this to the next level.
Next level. There'd be insurrection at Santa Clara right now. people walking through the hallways with the Dallas Cowboy flags.
Where's John Lynch? You know,
people walking through the hallway, big old Viking horns on their head, face painted half white, sitting at Judge's desk.
Jack Garrison says he'd be in the hallways doing sit-ups too. No shirt on. No pants either.
Robert, my friend, this is the season of lying. Okay, John Lynch is going to show up on Monday and he's going to lie.
I can't wait.
The other 31 GMs, they're going to get there, smile and lie. We won't know what's going on until it actually happens. I heard. I don't know if you heard, but the Ravens did make an offer for Deebo.
Oh.
That did not include a first-round pick, but imagine Deebo.
That was over right there. Yeah.
On the Ravens.
Mm-hmm.
Holy crap! And they have number 14.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're looking for instant offense, especially if you have a running football team, Deebo is your man. Now,
fit like a glove. And what they gonna do with 14 otherwise, Pop? That's just if they pass up on that, they're stupid.
No, it's like anything else. That's the opening negotiation tactic.
Oh, yeah, it may not be over yet. Yeah.
As things become more clear, as we're both seeing, obviously Deebo has been disrespected, and money may or may not be able to save it, because once you start looking at the back door of a relationship, once you're looking at ways to get out of it, then at that particular point, your mind will always be looking to get out of it.
Yeah.
So, you quickly learn as a young person that all the good work you do, all the fine work you do, you have one bad day or one bad mistake that could cost you your job or cost you your raise. And it's like I tell people about police officers. I say, you know what? A police officer only has to have one bad day, and when that happens, lives are lost. They can't have.
No, we've seen it happen. How many times? Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly. Someone gets mad or loses their crap. One split second, it changes everything. So, ultimately, if it was me and if I was 49, if I was the GM, it wouldn't have ever come to this. And you cannot
nip these things in the bud, yes, before they get started.
Yeah,
John?
And you absolutely don't send Parag to go negotiate with Deebo. That's just, you're trying to send a shark to a bigger shark to negotiate. That don't work. You got to go there and you literally got to be like, hey, Deebo, you this is what you can't do. You can't go and say, hey, we value somewhere around $19 and $20 million, and that's because you're a wide back.
Yeah, don't say that.
You're a wide back, and that's what I'm like, Deebo. Say, you know what? You don't know who you're talking to, man. My name is Deebo. I've been Deebo since before I could talk.
John, you know what? Pop, you know what though? Here's really you're not that whole thing about a wide back. That's out. You'll never hear another wide receiver say anything about that. This is going to probably be a problem this year. Anybody else with that skill set can forget it. Don't come in here and talk about what you actually add to being a wide receiver. We don't need that. We don't need what you're going to say next.
Not in the
That's what they're
passing
going to
league.
say.
Not in the passing league. Like I said, we do a lot of things differently as far as this team goes.
Because of Kyle, his
we
creativity.
got like a $4 million fullback. Most teams don't even have a fullback.
Right.
So we're a running team. We are a running team. Deebo took us to the next level. So in fact, Deebo could point his finger in all their face and say, you know what, John? You know what, Kyle? I saved your jobs last year. Period. If I didn't do what I did last year, you might not be sitting here negotiating with me right now. So if you're going to try to hold this wide back crap against me, okay, you can kiss my South Carolina ass. Don't offer me a contract. You can put me up for trade, but don't offer me a contract. I'll play my contract out, and I'll go someplace else.
Because I'm a wide receiver. Y'all asked me to do that, and I did that out of the goodness of my heart and did a damn good job of it. And you going to tell me I can't get more than $19 million? Boom, close the door.
I saved this franchise last year. You would have been 1-4 if it wasn't for me last year. And that's what I'm saying. You don't send a penny pincher bean counter looking at statistics and looking at all his little charts saying, hey, you think you're worth? No, you don't.
With no emotional connection whatsoever with that player.
No emotional, exactly. And the minute that emotional connection is broken, all those trips that Deebo used to take the Kyle Shanahan's office on Mondays and Tuesdays just to kick it, when you think you're down with somebody, is gone. So that being said, the only way to fix this, based on what I'm seeing in my mock drafts, I'm taking 2 receivers, I'm taking a tight end, and I'm taking a running back. That's what you would need. That's what it needs to take to replace
to fill that void. That's a lot. Jesus Christ.
That's what it takes. You got 2 receivers that can contribute right now. Someone like Tyquan has got that 6'2", 4.25 speed. I like Derek G's Jr. I like the one kid. Yeah, tough guys.
Tough guys, good. Okay.
Yeah.
Pop, I'm gonna bring some more of them deals. And we're going to talk about those Sundays, and we're getting really into the draft because Deebo's going to have people losing their mind between now and draft night anyway. So we got plenty of time to go crazy about him. But
people that make me lose my mind. It's Yorks and Parag and how they approach shit. They've always been that way, and it's just for some reason they want to overspend for good players, like someone like we've done before. We overspend on some of these good players, but when it comes to a top-notch player, we'll trade them or let them go. So Buckner, you can go, okay? Oh, but you know what? This guy, and we'll offer him more money than he's worth. We'll keep him. You know what I mean? That's what happened with the 49ers. I don't know why they do that. I can't. It just.
And the thing is, we appreciate Trent Baalke being where he is, and we thought we did better. It's going to get better, Pop.
Baalke. That son of a bitch.
Child, things are going to get easier.
This is going to piss off Parag.
Get brighter.
Over the scrubby receiver, $20 million a year. Dumb ass.
We got to go, Pop. I'll see you Sunday, okay?
Hey, I'm going to Hooters to talk to Jimmy Garoppolo.
You'll find him down there, too.
I'll talk to you later, Ronbo.
All right, Pop. Night. Night, Trent.
Goodbye. Hey, $10 million for a punter. Oh, that'll piss him off.
Wait till he sees his bill, how much Jimmy's bought up down there. He's going to have to pick up that tag. Night, Pop. Hey, Chardall time. Chardall.
Hey, what's up, Ronbo? I really love your YouTube channel, and you make some great content, man.
Oh, thanks, Chardall. We're just having fun. Chardall, we can't do anything but have fun right now as things have gotten completely out of control. So, you got to laugh a little bit. You got to relax, otherwise it's going to be real uncomfortable. Chardall, it's now Jimmy was running around Thursday and for some reason got into a conversation and says, I'd get involved with a package deal with Deebo in a heartbeat, And then you got Deebo doing interviews now, and he's got A.J. Brown in the background during his conversations. So this is really turning into a big mess. And, I don't know, round and round we go. Where we're going to stop, nobody knows. Chardall.
Hey, Ronbo, we need to cut quarterback Jimmy Garbage Pillow from the San Francisco 49ers.
Wait, who taught you that one?
Somebody.
That sounds like a Lighter by Nature or what's that? Loft. So, some of these guys in here that just can't stand Jimmy.
And he's really he makes some terrible throws, and he doesn't think from his mind. He needs to leave this organization, and I would love to see him on a tombstone.
So, you left out one thing. Sometimes he's been known to wear the wrong shoes on the wrong feet.
And we would also hold the funeral for him, and everyone sing Amazing Grace. And I would also throw some tomatoes on his grave to show how much I dislike the athlete as a man.
Did you come up with this on your own? I mean, that was just amazingly bad. Oh, that was just crushing. Funny.
I came up with this on my own. Nobody came up with it.
Good job.
I came up with it on my own.
I like Jimmy, but I got to respect that. That was funny. But, okay. So anyway, Jimmy came out and he's supporting Deebo and saying that he's going to get everything he's worked so hard for. That didn't help us any.
and I hate Jimmy Garoppolo so much that
Garbage
I would dump on his face.
Shut all. Let's at least keep it a little decent. That's disgusting. Anyway,
no, but I bring
yeah.
I'm a funny man to bring the jokes.
Okay. Anyway, I'll tell you what.
And I don't like him, and we need to cut him because I don't think. Why have we not cut the man already, man? What is taking so long for you to cut Jimmy G?
They're trying to get something for him. Listen, Chardall, if Jimmy called you up and asked you if you want to go to Hooters with him, what would you say? And Jimmy would say, "Hey, don't worry about it. I'll pick up the bill, no problem."
You know why? You know what would be really cool with me and Jimmy Garoppolo? I would challenge Jimmy Garoppolo to a UFC match.
Oh.
And I would punch Jimmy Garoppolo right in between his eyes, give him a bloody eye, knock him out in the first round.
Charles, how tall are you?
I'm 5'10".
You know, Jimmy's what, 6'3", so somewhere near 6'2", 6'3", 6'1".
Yeah.
Jimmy's only 6'1", according to what I'm being told.
Man,
here. How much do you weigh? Didn't Jimmy go over 200 pounds?
I weigh 160 pounds.
You know, Vegas is going to put the odds out that you're not going to win that. You know that, don't you?
Oh my God, man! Jimmy Garoppolo makes me sick to my stomach, man. You know, he's so bad. Like, he is so horrible, man. Porn star Jimmy.
You can take him, Chardall. We believe you.
That's what his nickname is.
I can tell by the way.
Right?
You can tell when Alex comes in that preliminary sound.
Porn
Rudy knows
star
that
Jimmy.
sound.
You agree? He should be called Porn Star Jimmy. He ruined Hooters for me. I don't like Hooters anymore just because of Jimmy G.
Listen, Hooters never had good food to begin with. The only reason you go into Hooters is because of the visual entertainment. The food is so.
I go to Hooters just because of the entertainment, not because of Jimmy G. Jimmy G ruined it.
You just admitted you do go to Hooters, though.
No, I go for the girls because they dance, the entertainment.
Don't bring your girl around Jimmy, Chardall.
No, that's the reason why I like Hooters, because of the entertainment. I don't go. Jimmy can go and F himself. I don't care about Jimmy. Jimmy can go and forget about himself.
You're just really pumped up today, aren't you?
Go to hell. Jimmy can F himself. I don't give a shit about Jimmy. F Jimmy. Because Jimmy's a SOB.
Hey. You reminded me of Stephen A. Smith. Charlotte, it sounds like Jimmy actually personally did something wrong to you.
I want to punch Jimmy.
You know, it'd be better though. You want to put him in a full Nelson. There's nothing worse than a figure four leg lock, and watch a guy beg for you to stop.
Yeah, you know what would be really funny to do to Jimmy?
What?
Tie Jimmy up to a tree and kick him in the nuts.
Charlotte, we got to go. We've left football. I'll see you Sunday, okay?
Am I funny? Do I make you laugh every time I call in?
Well, yeah, you do have shocking lines all of a sudden. All right, Charlotte. I'll see you Sunday,
Hilarious.
okay? Work on that
Hey,
stuff.
Ronbo,
And,
I really love calling in your YouTube channel, and you're the OG who slayed this show. I'm gonna call in next time we meet. We're gonna talk more football then.
Okay.
You rock it. Hey, see you later, Ronbo.
Thanks, Charlotte. Looking forward to it. Have a great night.
See ya.
See, this is Deebo's fault. People have lost their minds. And Mr. Blockeye says, "Hey, it's all about business. I want Deebo to stay, but I'd like for him and my Niners to compromise because we are so good together, no doubt." Yeah, you know what? Honestly, fam, the reason why I'm making myself crazy and laugh about it, if Deebo leaves, and I know everybody thinks Deebo's the second coming of the Lord, but listen, if Deebo don't play next year, we're in trouble. Serious trouble. Hey, Brian, the law has arrived. Brian. Brian. You know, it is late, huh? Shabazz! Come on in, Shabazz.
Man, Ronbo, I thought you didn't like me. I've been on hold for an hour and a half.
You know, you know, some people got in tonight. I couldn't get him off the phone. Like, you saw Shardall. He did a whole monologue, had nothing to do with football except for Jimmy. And you know, some people are just and Pop also put on a show. Well, you know, because Shabazz, what we turned into is Comedy Central, because we're all concerned. You know, some people think Deebo's. Look, you heard Jay, right? Jay, man, y'all need to get over Deebo, right? This is like that girlfriend that you ain't gonna get back, and if you do get it back, she don't like you no more anyway. You know, you know that analogy hit home with me, Shabazz. Shabazz, okay, you ain't had. I haven't talked to you since we started talking about this madness. Shabazz, let me hush, and you run it down.
Just last weekend, but my boy Leon talked to you earlier, and he told you what he and I was talking about.
That's right. He did mention you.
I think draft day gonna be pretty interesting. That's all. You know, I mean, my thing is like everybody. Before when we spoke, I ain't speaking on nobody money. I don't hate Deebo as a person. I love the 49ers before Deebo and after Deebo. But if somebody don't want to be with the 49ers, then I say grant their wish. I don't want to hold on to nobody that don't want to hold on to me. I know everybody's saying it's immediate speculation, his brother tweeting, this, that, and the third. We don't know for sure, but I definitely don't want to hold on to nobody that wants to hold on to me. And what I do see is like what Lee said, Jimmy came out today. I don't know who he was. Yesterday he was on the interview saying yesterday he'd love to be in the package deal with Deebo too. So everybody that loves Jimmy's offering himself up for the sacrifice too. So if we can get something for him, because I think actually, if you package both of them, we could get a king's ransom, and I think those draft picks might help us win a championship. You just never know.
Shabasso, that's a lot. What could you possibly offer? We get around. You know, Jimmy may get a second or third round pick. I don't know, but Deebo's going to command a first round pick. If I'm giving that kind of a deal together, in spite of what people think, Jimmy and Deebo together can get work done. You know, so if I got them two on my team, they're going to probably look like they did when they was in San Francisco. I got already a nucleus. I can build around them two right there. You know, so I need 3 first-round picks, a couple of 2s. But the fact is I got to pay Jimmy's salary for 1 year. And what if he decides he doesn't want to stay with me next year? It's a real risk. And Deebo, the same thing. What if I get Deebo and he don't want to stay with me next year? Damn.
It is a real risk, but you know what? Somebody crazy enough to take it.
I know, right?
Somebody crazy enough to do it.
It would be the Rams, but the Rams got everything. They don't have anything to give up anymore.
I don't see the Rams doing it. I see somebody like what Leon said earlier. But you know who's a dark horse that ain't nobody mentioned?
Who?
The New York Giants.
Aren't they keeping what's his name? Did they decide to keep what's his name?
I don't know.
Jones?
Barkley? I don't know. I don't know if they're going to keep him, but I know the Giants got the 5th pick in the draft. They picking pretty high.
Ooh.
And everybody's saying the Jets.
Ooh.
The New York Giants. The New York Giants is desperate too.
Jimmy would look good in New York too. Him and Deebo, and we take Jones and let him compete with Trey or be his backup, and also take Barkley and Jones for Jimmy and Deebo. I like that deal. I still need a first-round pick though.
You know well, we still might get it, but I'm just saying New York is. Don't forget the Giants. Everybody was like, well, who are the teams that got picked? The Jets have been thrown around. Detroit has been thrown around. But I'm talking about a city where you can get Jimmy to agree to because that's bright lights.
He go to New York in a heartbeat. Yeah.
New York. Yeah, so. But, I mean, I'm for whatever's good for the franchise, you know. But I don't think everybody's talking about, he'll be back. Nah, Ronbo.
You don't think so?
I don't think John Lynch is going to drop the ball on this. No.
I should take a vote tonight. And by the way, the chat, put down something. What we could use to indicate vote on this. Is Deebo coming back or not? Shabazz says there's no way.
No. No, I think I just think sometimes, like you said earlier about their girlfriend. All right, guys, have a good one. that you just got to let go. You got to play that old Teddy Pendergrass song. I think I better let it go. Looks like another love TKO. I mean, I love the guy, man. I love him. I think he's great. And as far as what Leon said about watching us teaming to back up people with their opinions, maybe he will be around late, and that's a good thing because T.O. was a late third, fourth round pick, and look what happened. Kittle was a late round pick. I think why everybody like him and why I like him, why I'm big on him, not just only because him and Trey has chemistry, is because he's 6'4". So he will just be a decoy deep threat. He's not going to be – everybody forget Randy Moss didn't run no routes, Ronbo. Randy Moss ran one route his whole career.
Randy was fast, long and fast. Just throw that ball up. He's already beat the coverage.
And tall. So when you got somebody that tall, yeah, you're not going to be sending him across the middle to get beat up. That's what a Deebo Samuel is for. Yeah. Right. That's what an Ayuk is for. That's what a Kittle's for. But if you got somebody that can make them safeties tremble when he comes off the line of scrimmage and open up that coverage and open up the middle of the field for Kittle and all them, then that's why I like him.
Shabazz, see, you get it. A lot of people think Deebo's going to be a deep threat next year. Coverage can stay with Deebo. Yes, they can. He's not a deep threat.
Yeah, they can.
You know? So you do still need a deep threat, you know?
Yeah, that's why I said getting this kid, if you can get him late, that way we'll get him late, that's great because I say if you got somebody like him, and why I prefer him versus any of the other guys because they all 5'8". I know everybody like the Tariq Hills up. No. I like the tall guy because if he blows by a cornerback that's 5'9" or 5'11", and a jump ball comes up,
he ain't gonna win.
And he got a chance to get it, he can catch it because he's got basketball height. That's right. That's why I like a guy like that. So if we did get him, yeah. If not, then, oh well. But I like the idea of someone that fast and that tall because –
And Shabazz, that's why Jalen Hurd hurt us so bad by not being able to function. Jalen Hurd was that guy.
Yeah.
Size, speed, brutal.
Right.
But his legs.
Brutal, right.
His knee just can't take it.
Yeah, but he was just going to be more like what Deebo did. He was going to do what Deebo did. He was going to be a wide back catch. I mean, a utility player. This guy, if we got him, I'm not expecting no rookie to come. Yeah, I'm not expecting no rookie to come in and have Randy Moss numbers. But if he can come in and have 4 or 5 touchdowns and scare some safeties, because that way when he goes down the field, that means Ayuk.
Get them safeties the hell up out the box.
Jennings,
yes.
Right. Yeah. That means George Kittle and everybody can operate when you got them safeties gone. That's the whole purpose of getting somebody like that. It ain't get them to make them no superstar.
That's the way it works.
Get them to take the top off the safety.
That's the way it works. And when we had Marquise Goodwin, that's why Kittle had a banner year, Because ain't no safeties hanging around in the box or anywhere near that line of scrimmage. If Marquise got a step, it's over anyway. All you do is pull up. If you're a defender, grab your hamstring and act like you're hurt because you're not catching up. And now everything's spread out.
Right.
I got 2 or 3 guys on crossing patterns. I can hit them now.
That's why I would want him because I say if you got that kid, the first thing you do with him and Lance in that first preseason is let Lance take the top off, throw him a couple touchdowns, and put that on film. I would want that on film. Everybody's like, why would you want that? Because week 1, I would want everybody worrying about that happening. And then you got the veterans who's not going to play in the preseason, the Kittles, the Ayuk, and the Jennings. And that wide of that field is open. When that boy steps on the field and he takes off, go! And that safety sees him come off the line, he's got to go with him.
It's all about the population. There's only so many people that can stay in the middle of the field now. See, that's the thing. Shabazz, I'm sorry. You know what? We got to go. I tell you what, I'm looking for you Sunday if you got some time. Shout out to Leon. I didn't know y'all was talking.
That's my partner. I shout him out all the time. I always say my boy Lee. I call him Lee.
I've been knowing Leon forever. I didn't know exactly who you was talking about. Cool.
Yeah, that's my boy Lee, man. I always say shout out to my boy Lee. Shout out to my people in Memphis. Shout out to you, Ronbo, for doing what you're doing.
Thanks.
And, I ain't doing nothing just at work, just getting money just to sit here and look cool.
It's tough work, but if you could get it, yeah, I tell you, love it. Shabazz, I'll see you soon, fam. All right, I'll be back Sunday.
All right, talk to you later, Robert.
Looking forward. Night, fam.
All right, night.
Tony! Okay, watch the film, Ramon. Deebo is a deep threat. He runs good routes, and his speed is underrated. Look what he did this year. Yeah, Tony, I know where you're coming from, and I agree. What I say is, I want that natural burner that freaks the defense out, because it takes Deebo a little bit longer to get downfield than with the quicker guy. Our offensive line's not going to always allow those kind of routes to be developed by a guy with just good to decent speed. I need that guy that's going to get down the field quickly, and I don't want Trey running around there having to wait too long because they will sack him. You know, this is what I say when I say that. You know, no matter what kind of arm you got, the trenches is going to determine whether or not you got that time. You know, so that's what I'm worried about. But I agree. I've seen Jimmy's hit him a few times deep. You know, it just sometimes the cards just fall in the right place, and so maybe that might be the case with Trey as well. But I still think Kyle would like to operate with him in the same capacity he has. Mr. Black Eye says, could you do a 49ers birthday 1-2 punch with the AKA? Mickey and my mother Denise, our birthdays are on the same day but a month apart. 322 to my 422. You know, I'm like that guy that sits in those lounges with the piano and the large wine glass in front, playing the piano, just saying things like, I'm ready to make your night ding, ding, special. By the way, right now, happy hour. And this is going to be a new happy hour because we've done this earlier, but we're going to have another happy hour, unusually at 9 o'clock, and you can order right now. Mr. Black Ice, hey, it's Mickey and Mama Denise. My mom, Denise. Happy. Happy Niners birthday, Mickey and Mom. Happy Niners birthday, ooh, Mickey and Mom. Happy. Time for me to get crude. Birthday, Mickey and Denise, may you live to be 1 million years with nothing but daily cheers. I don't get me started, right? Because, you know, one thing I could do is be silly. Tony!
Ronbo.
Tony, man, Tony, you know what? I'm keeping. I said to myself, Tony's got more stuff for me, especially the stuff you're talking about with Deebo and everything else. Tony, I'm going to get to it today. I'm going to be able to respond. But right now, Tony, I'm a little concerned. You know, you got yesterday. Jimmy came out of nowhere, out of the woodwork, left Hooters to do an interview, which I couldn't believe. Then you know what, Jimmy, I'm starting to love that guy more and more. I already loved him too much. But these things he's doing that act as if, you know, I'm Jimmy Garoppolo. What do I need to worry about? So Jimmy says, yeah, I'd include me in a package deal with Deebo in a heartbeat. So, you know, and then you got Deebo conducting interviews, as you already know, in very strange fashion, because I want to believe in him. And then people are calling in saying, you guys need to give it up. It's over. Deebo is no longer really a 49er. Tony, where are you at in all this madness?
Did you see the clip that I sent you where he's talking to his mother?
Oh God, I saw that. I just saw that in my mail today. Okay, yeah. No, don't tell me. Well, you can, because I'm gonna go watch that anyway.
Go watch it.
All right.
But look, we've been burnt before. Deebo's not going to be the first. He's not going to be the last. Reuben Foster done it to us. You know, broke our hearts. Quan Alexander, DeForest Buckner. I mean, we got the businessman on it still on the take. D Ford.
Businessman. That's a good name for him. He may as well be. But the thing is, Tony, he may as well be a part of the mob the way he's taking us for money. I feel like we're extortion or something. But I mean, it's just awful. God, no action.
But this. I think Deebo should be very careful because if he really wants a trade, the other teams have seen what he can do.
And he's scaring people, right? Yeah.
No, not just. It might backfire on him because they're going to want the Deebo that the 49ers had. He wants to get traded and then just hang around in the backfield and tiptoe through the tulips and wait for someone to throw him the ball.
I love that analogy.
You know what I mean? He doesn't want to play running back. Well, the other teams might say when they interview him, because mind you, nobody has spoken to him either from any team, have they?
I wish I knew, Tony. I mean, can we be sure of that? I don't know.
Well, I mean, maybe they have, but I don't. You know, if they had, I'm damn sure they would have asked. I'm damn sure they would have asked the same question.
Yeah.
You know, are you going to play for us like you did for the 49ers? Can we use you as a running back and a receiver? Or no, I want to be a VIP pass catcher out in the backfield and, be famous like that. Well, maybe teams don't want him like that.
I know. And if he's not going to do that stuff, Tony, I don't know if I'm going to be as impressed with Deebo outside of the role he played with the 49ers. This is something that teams are probably thinking about, too. Is he going to look the same for us as he's looking for San Francisco? What Kyle Shanahan's doing, we're not doing. I mean, that could be limited as well as to how they want to use him. Because some teams just want to use a wide receiver because the coach ain't as smart as Kyle.
I mean,
most of them are.
we got, we still have to, Deebo or no Deebo, we still need players on this team. We need safeties, we need corners, we need, edge rusher, right tackle, center.
Guard.
What else do we need?
We need a right guard. Yeah.
Yeah,
I like Brunskill, but I don't want him there all the time if I don't have to. Let's get somebody there who really is a right guard. Yeah, I heard Brunskill used to be a tight end for one thing.
Yeah, well, who's going to play the slot?
Oh, that's... You mean defend the slot, or who's going to run around out of the slot? You know what? Deebo, actually, all of our guys can run out. They run the full tree, right?
Defend. Who's going to defend it?
Yeah, see that. Well, I'm worried about that, and it better not be Emmanuel Mosley either, because I don't like him in the slot.
You see, we've got a lot of other problems we need to worry about, Ronbo. Deebo, he's there, he's not there. It's a bonus. If he's there, bonus plan. But if he's not there, like I said, we're good at turning these people into superstars. And I agree with some of the callers. Like this is a team that drafted you. How about a little bit of respect, brother?
Yeah.
They're the ones that made. Well, people will say no, they're not. Well, how do you know that if somebody else drafted him, they were going to use him exactly the same as Kyle and make him look as good as he looks today?
Mm-hmm. And Tony, that's the thing. If I'm a coach, do I sit there and tell myself I can draw plays as well as Kyle Shanahan and get these guys in position to do these things? I don't. I wonder how many coaches around the league think they can. I bet you if they're truthful with themselves, you're not Kyle Shanahan. So what are you getting them over here for? Just run your offense?
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
We've got, and the other thing might be, we don't know what's been said. We've got George Kittle that plays just as hard as Deebo does.
Sure.
If you look at them play side by side, George puts in just as much effort as he does.
But you know what's so funny?
It's just that we've decided to go away from George. And
right,
go
that's
to
what I was
this
getting ready
guy.
to say. He gave way to Deebo to shine this year, and Deebo went with it. And George, that's the guys on this team are so amazing. Like I've always said about Jimmy, I said everybody says Jimmy's limited. No, Kyle's limited in what he wants to do with Jimmy. Kyle wants to run the ball. Everything he does, he wants to just nothing more than an extension of the run game. So people saying throw the ball way downfield. Kyle doesn't want you throwing the ball way downfield. He wants you to get the ball in that playmaker's hands as fast as possible. That's what he wants to do. And I said that if Jimmy goes somewhere where he can be a quarterback, it could be a whole different story. And if Deebo goes someplace where he's going to be asked to be a conventional wide receiver, again, could be another whole other story. I don't know.
Well, if he wants to go home, like I said to you the other day, you put Jimmy and Deebo in a package together to the Panthers, and off they go.
And then run that same style as Kyle was running, if you can figure that out, and you may have something.
Well, they'd be, they both like each other, Jimmy and Deebo. So, but imagine our center goes down, and George Kittle gets hurt.
Oh, no.
And,
I always
and
worry
then
about that. Every time he gets hit.
And Jimmy Ward goes down. We're in deep shit.
I know, because we don't have that kind of depth. Tony, you can't bring doom and gloom in here like that. Stop it.
No, I don't want to, but I'm just trying to say, if we step away from Deebo and throw in a different scenario, we're down the toilet. We need to focus on keeping this team relevant for the run.
Yeah, no, but I'm like Jack Nicklaus sitting in that chair. You can't handle the truth. I can't. I can't. And that is the truth. We cannot afford we've been that way for years, though, Tony. If any of our blue chip frontline players go down, then we have to try to see if they can fill that void, and normally we can't. Every year we've had all those injuries, we would drag down the tube. When we got lucky the 2 times we did, we go all the way damn near the Super Bowl, one time to the Super Bowl, and the next time we still had just one injury too many, and we didn't make it. Because, Tony, I don't care what anybody says. If we got a healthy Trent Williams and a healthy Jimmy Garoppolo, we go to the Super Bowl, and we already beat the Browns once. It was going to happen again. The 6th ring was right there. It was all about health.
It was.
Yeah, it was.
And the Browns would have copped it hard. We would have blown them out.
Anyway,
but
that's not
it is what it is.
It is. And Tony,
shout out to Ellis, the mediator. I like it when Ellis is a mediator.
It comes in on Rudy.
Yeah.
And marketing pro.
He just pops in down. Yeah.
Sean, waiting on you. Hey, Tony, I'll see you Sunday, okay?
All right, brother. Shout out to everyone, and see you in the next chapter.
Sure, we're looking forward to it.
And check that thing out.
I can't wait.
To his mom.
I saw it today, and I saw what you were writing there, and I said, I got to check that out. And then I got tied up like I always seem to. All right, Tony. Talk to you later. Keep that stuff coming. All right. All right.
All right. Cheers, mate.
Cheers. Oh, Ellis. Ellis, as you know, we're going over the same things that we've been going through. Well, you know what? The thing is, we can't understand some of the things that are being said. It's like, you got your boy, and you call over to say, hey, what's happening? Hey, is that, your girlfriend's in the background? Hey, is that Christine? I heard a voice. No, man, you ain't heard a voice. Wait a minute, no. Man, let me put Christine on the phone. What is she doing at your house? It's one of those things where you look at Deebo, and Deebo's one person for us, and then the media has him being somebody else. So what is going on? And that's why when I see him sitting there with A.J. Brown in the background, and they play the Thug Brothers, I'm thinking, whoa, why? Deebo, you can do that conversation without A.J.? And then, who was that just brought up a few minutes ago, says, you know what? They're pulling for each other because the first one gets paid, the other one gets paid more. And Tennessee ain't said word one to A.J., have they? I heard no conversations. I got to monitor that situation a little more. But it looks like we got the bad guy between the two. I mean, that's the way they're making it look.
Yeah. Well, after finding out that DK has, the same agent, he did have somebody else as an agent, but he moved over to the guy that Deebo and AJ have. I guess Terry McLaurin.
Yeah, McLaurin.
Yeah, I think Terry McLaurin is the one that has a different one.
At first, and then all of a sudden DK got involved?
Okay. Yeah. So so that just lets me know that, though, DK is taking a different approach than AJ and Deebo are. And which makes him look a lot better. You know what I mean? Just character-wise and overall,
I know it does.
Which is sad. You know what I mean?
Out with them, it's like your mom says, don't be hanging out with them bad kids.
Yeah, but it's a player. The players have to empower each other, and they got to have each other's back, and they got to be militant and be unified and trying to make things happen for themselves and their families. This is just too damn messy, though.
It is.
This is messy. This is lacking professionalism, and I just myself and a lot of us are having a hard time really, believing that this is the kind of thing that we'd be looking forward to after having kind of a decent, I'll say, I was going to say a below. Or not really a satisfactory, I would say, satisfactory offseason. It's just this was really the blow. of the offseason in comparison to the lack of picks and, guys that we were able to pick up and, like everyone else, because everybody else was making a splash. This was the last thing that we should have been looking forward to or haven't looked forward to is, this controversy and all this mess going on right now.
Frightening.
Shout out to Tony. Shout out to Tony. He just got off, man. Appreciate the shout out and the love, champ. And, always got good takes and stuff like that. Shout out to him.
And also I'm noticing Chad Garrison, somebody else mentioned, AJ got $20 million offered. He tell him, no, hell no. See, this is as I say, this is the Chiefs, not the Chiefs, but this is the Dolphins and the Raiders. All these people that offer that kind of money, the owners ought to get together and say, listen, before you make my life a living hell, know this. I don't go ahead and threaten him. Paying him $30 million. Now what am I going to do? You need to help me pay this. God.
Yeah. It's it's kind of just makes things a lot more, tougher for us to be able to enjoy or look forward to anything for the coming season because,
I know,
the bridges kind of feel like they've been burned.
Yep.
The bridges kind of feel like they've been burned at this point. It's going to be by the grace of of a higher power that this stuff actually works out and we end up being able to mend this relationship with the with Deebo and just everybody. I think it's just weird though that there's been all these stories. It's like Deebo they're saying no, Deebo was or it's alleged that he was offered $19 million. Then Deebo's saying on live with AJ Brown that he hasn't gotten an offer, and then we're hearing that Deebo doesn't even want the Niners to send him an offer and that he doesn't want to have any talks of any kind of extension with the Niners.
See?
It would be nice to actually get the facts of everything and enough speculation, enough, stuff thrown around. A lot of these, Tom Pelissero and Adam Schefter they're just throwing shit at the wall. And it kind of makes them look bad because if they're just saying anything because they need something to talk about and there's really no accurate, facts to what it is that they're saying, and we're just getting a bunch of BS and we don't really know what to take seriously or what is actually going on. And then of course Deebo is saying, "Oh, y'all think it's because I want to be closer to home," and
and ain't about the money. Deebo, what is it then? It's not about you don't want to be closer to home. It ain't about the money. Then what the hell is it? What? And what's the story about you don't even want them to give you a contract? You want it out to begin with. That one I cannot believe.
Right. Well, that's what I'm saying, man. There's too many leaks, too many holes. So we're all going to be at the edge of our seats trying to wait to see what the hell is going to happen. And this is going to continue to go on. I mean, next year we'll be having this issue with Brandon Ayuk, and I'm just hoping that there's going to be an opportunity for us to be able to, allow things to be smoother after this. This can be a learning experience. Hopefully the organization will have their shit together. I think Jimmy's still being around and that's not having the money. Go ahead.
LSU, what, with Brandon Ayuk, he's a first-round pick. So...
Oh yeah, we still got that fifth year.
You got another year, but you don't have to push it. And if he starts him and Han, Brandon, listen, think about the team for a minute. Right now, and this will be long after Jimmy's gone. Right now, we need for you to sit tight, and we're going to take care of you. And of course, Brandon's not going to believe that, but he needs to.
Yeah. Well, let's hope that he's looking at how Deebo's responding to the situation, and he's going to make sure that things that at least he is not only advocating for himself, but he's also thinking about just being his professionalism and how he wants to maintain. Because these guys are young, man. There's already been a lot of little stuff going on. He was in the doghouse alleged and all that other nonsense. So
he wants his money
I'm just hoping that we can get a nice, cleaner outcome when it comes to the off season. Following this up and coming season. With Ayuk and stuff like that. Javon Kinlaw will be around the corner. We're definitely not done dealing with this type of stuff. So
let's every year. As long as you got players that are doing a good job, you need to get rid of them by the time this rookie contract is going to be a problem. Else, we're going to go. I'm gonna see you Sunday, and hopefully we'll have several more lives we can sort through to pick out the ones we like the best.
Yeah, most definitely.
All right, fam.
Peace and love, brother Ronbo.
Peace and love back at you, fam.
Shout out to the family. Shout out to the Niner fan.
That's a shout out to the squad too. We love them.
Well, yeah,
All right,
thank you. Love y'all, man. Make sure you hit the like and subscribe. Y'all know what it is. Shout out to all the good guys, man, in the chat. Shout out to the chat. Shout out to Niner by Nature and
not you,
know,
ready
just
to go.
all the
He wasn't
guys
talking
in
to
there,
you.
man.
Yeah. Okay.
Guys and girls. Yeah. Peace, fam.
All right, fam. Night.
All right.
We check back in on the law. Hey, Brian. Be Ryan. It is a nice night to just be in the dark. You guys got me on the lounge singer thing now. I may have trouble getting out of this now. Because it's two for one, by the way, right now at the lounge. Just tell the waitress that Ronbo said you're entitled. And we will move on into the phone. Hey, Brian. Brian? Is Brian on the phone? Wait, Brian, I heard you.
Yes. Ronbo.
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Ronbo, what's going on? Loud and clear.
Okay. Yeah, Brian, I brought up the subject there. I couldn't stop laughing because Jimmy Garoppolo's just out partying. Jimmy, you'll find Jimmy in Vegas, and Jimmy doesn't care where you find him. He'd be at Hooters. I said, Jimmy took out 5 minutes from traveling around and partying to do an interview, which made me laugh to begin with. And Jimmy says, yeah, I'd be packaging me up with the deal with Deebo. I'd take that. I'll go with that in a heartbeat. I said, you know, we've got comedy added to all this madness, right? And so, you know, a package deal with Deebo and Jimmy is not going to happen, but it was amusing. And I just want to get your opinion on that. And also, now with everything else that's going on, because there's all kind of side stories with Deebo now. You know, you'll have a main story, and then you have all this other activity going on around it to support the story. It's like they're trying to run interference for the truth. Because as soon as the moment you settle into something and you believe that might be right, then something else happens to offset any possibility of that being true. Have you lost your mind yet, Brian? What do you think is true and what's not?
Well, Ronbo, first of all, I think that with everything that's said, there may be a curtain drawn for Deebo Samuel.
Oh.
I think
there goes Brian.
I think
the laws of a supporter. You see, that's been said a couple of times now. It's all over.
I just think, you know, here's Ronbo. Here's my thing, and to quote the '90s R&B singer R. Kelly.
Oh, let's go Pendergrass.
When a woman is fed up, there ain't nothing you can do about it. Rumbo's. I mean, not Ronbo. I'm sorry. He fed up, Ronbo. He fed up. Deebo fed up.
He does get frustrated, though, doesn't he? He does. So where's that? Okay, Brian, who's feeding that energy, wearing him out like that? Is that Kyle and John and Parag? I don't understand. He does look physically shaken when you see him doing these little interviews. What's wrong with him? And who's bothering him like that?
Oh, the powers that be, they have an effect. I think they have a main effect on it. Yeah, the front. You know, I'm sure the front office they share a fault. You know, just as well as teamwork for things to be successful. There's also negative teamwork that helps fail certain things. And as far as getting Deebo a new contract or whatever, they failed at it.
Brian, you know what? I would be the worst owner in the world. Because you know why? Because if I got a player like Deebo or anybody that I think is just one of my best ball players, if I find out, I'd be the worst. Because if he called me, hey, yo, Ronbo, man, what's the matter? What's the matter? Listen, you got your boys down here. I got Parag pissing me off. I got John Lynch BSing me every few minutes. Like, whoa. Before you go where you going, wait a minute. Let me talk to him. I would. That'd be the worst. I'd be down there micromanaging. They'd hate me. But I'd keep all the popular players on the team somehow. Because, you got to play hardball with these ball players sometimes, too. I realize that. But not all of them. I got certain guys I got to keep. Damn it. And if my GM wants to quit because he doesn't appreciate my input, then leave. But I'm keeping that ball player. Damn it.
Yeah. I mean, Ronbo, I've heard so many reasons why the Niners failed to lose, and they failed to maintain the services or whatever like that. But there's some other things. I've never also at the same time I've never heard the Niners explain any kind of adjectives. I mean, well, not adjectives, but if they explain any kind of what methods to keep him. How much you going? What are you going to offer? I mean,
we're not hearing any numbers. We're in various numbers.
I never heard anything.
Well, some guy got on and started saying, "Yeah, they got 19 million." I want to say, how do you know? Who are you? You sit around in the office all day? Well, how do you know this? Another guy says, "Well, they offered him 20 as opening deal." Oh, was it 19 or 20? I can actually accept both. But, I mean, I don't want two different numbers coming from two different people because that means both you guys don't know what the hell you're talking about.
Yeah. They didn't, They lowballed them. I mean, I think they
came in with an opening offer, fam.
The offer. The offer was lukewarm, and then, Deebo probably felt, he felt a certain way.
But there's no need for him to get mad, Brian. Opening offers are always they always look like that. When you just say, well, that's unacceptable. Okay, well, we'll come back with something else later. Let's talk. Just negotiate back and forth. Don't get mad.
Yeah. Now, did Deebo make a mark that they didn't offer him anything? They didn't. He said they didn't make an offer. Is that what he said?
Well, something like that. At the beginning, he said they didn't even offer him, and he had to actually initiate the talk. Is the way he was talking. I said, really?
Yeah.
And then the offer he got was not acceptable, and then I guess he felt disrespected. From what I can gather, it seems like he felt disrespected, and then he just got completely pissed off, and then we have the mess we have now. Yeah.
I heard Keyshawn Johnson say today. He said that. If most times when a player mentions that he wants to be traded, he's going to be traded.
Yeah.
Because the main thing they don't want,
you always planted that seed.
Although they don't want to keep him, and then try to force his will, try to force his hand, try to make a power move by keeping him anyway against his his choice, and then he'll affect the team.
Yeah.
And then he affect the team. So we don't want to get a siege. We don't want to hold him a siege.
Yeah, you're a cancer in the locker room now.
Yeah.
And the 49ers, the last thing they want to do is ruin that atmosphere. They built that environment. They had that environment established a couple of years now. So maybe right from the beginning. So you don't want to have Deebo in and run around. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to go out here and do my job, but that's about it, y'all. So, you know what I'm saying? Because if you're looking to get paid, you out here busting your ass, it ain't going to help you none. Say, hey, yo, all right, Deebo, hey, whoa, what are you doing? See, this is the kind of thing, it becomes a problem.
Unless, and then quickly on, bro, unless Farag and all of them, unless they give Deebo the bag, if they don't give him they don't really officially give him the bag by, I'd say, Wednesday. If they don't come up with anything or by Wednesday,
he's leaving on Thursday night.
Deebo's gone. You might both, If you don't give it to him, then you might well start, finding a suitor for his services, and you get some compensation. Get kind of compensation.
You're absolutely right.
Compensation back.
I fully believe that. Well, Brian, we're going to go, and I'm going to see you Sunday, 3 days before that deadline. And see what happens between. God, man. I hate these situations. You finally got a damn good receiver, and he's going to walk because he's pissed off. Damn it.
Mm-hmm. He pissed. Yeah.
Anyway. All right, fam.
So, Ronbo, shout out to you, man. Shout out to the faithful, and shout out to production. And guess what? The law is finally out.
Finally, I look forward to your return on Sunday. Have a great night.
Be there.
Oh, God. You know, Brian's right. Because if you allow Deebo to throw this temper tantrum and you give in to his whatever he's asking for and you didn't want to, that means every player on the team is going to think that's the way you go about getting your deal done. A precedent has already been set in the wrong direction. Joey Mahoney, to what do we owe this honor?
I'm a school psychologist and blah, blah, blah.
Joey. Joey, don't do that. It's copyright problems. Joey! I know, one monkey don't stop no show. Joey, get in here. We're going to kill the volume. Joey.
What's going on, man?
Well, you know, it's just one entanglement after another. We just can't get over this hump. And I just realized what Brian just said. That's absolutely true. If the 49ers don't do something between now and Wednesday, I think Deebo might actually be on his way. But Joey, what are you thinking?
Yeah, I think he's done. I don't think he's staying. I just don't see it. I don't know. It's a bad look too. You know, it's like. And then there's that. And I like Deebo. Like I'm a fan of Deebo, but
everybody does.
I
mean,
everyone likes him.
Try to find a 49 fan before all this mess started that didn't like Deebo.
Where is this bad guy, big ego-headed Deebo? You know, like where's this coming from? I don't get it. Like, I don't
it might be as
like,
people say, Joey. He's being influenced by his brother, A.J. Brown, and other guys. I don't know what's going on with him. He seems like a totally different. We don't know him anymore. I don't remember this guy being.
Like he turned into something else.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I love Deebo. Don't get me wrong, and I want him to stay. But it's just like I don't know. It's like I feel like he don't want to be here no more. That's just what I feel like in my heart. Like I don't think he wants to be here. You know, he's talking about that he's from South Carolina and he wants to move. He's looking at houses in other states. You know what I mean? So it's like all of a sudden, right? Like exactly, all of a sudden, it's just like, man, like where's this coming from? Like I don't get it. Like this is the team that drafted you. They gave you a chance. They made you a superstar. Like, you know.
So remember last year before Juice signed his contract, he was talking about how he and the wife wanted to move to the East Coast because that's where they're from and everything. And Juice didn't go nuts, and the 49ers offered him, and he said, "Okay, well, fine, I'll stay."
Yeah. No, I get it. It's just, you know, people bring up, you know, I know like what was really nice last year, you know, like if you go back the last two off seasons, right? We had Kittle and Warner, right? And then Kittle, it was bad a little bit, not like to this extent where he went on and deleted all his stuff off social media.
Yeah,
but
that was the beginning.
It was bad because it wasn't like this, but it was like, remember the agent at the time was like, oh, they're not even close. Like that was like his
and that's kind of routine. Everybody, I mean, we always see in here. That's nothing unusual about that.
Yeah, I know, but we were. Well, what I'm saying is we were kind of like tripping and freaking out a little bit, and then, but it was not to the level of I'm going to delete all my stuff off social media, and you know I want to request a trade. Like it didn't get to that point, and then Warner, right?
Yeah.
We didn't even hear nothing.
Not one word.
There was
so
not one word.
George was kind of quiet, comparatively.
Yeah, no, but what I'm saying with Warner though, it was like you didn't hear nothing. There was nothing, and then all of a sudden one day it was just boom, contract. I was like, oh, okay, cool. That was good. You know,
the 49ers like that kind of behavior. I can see that from Fred because George, it took a little longer because George did make a little bit of noise. The Valentine's Day massacre, George. How'd you guys come up with that? Oh! And the 49ers says, okay, fine, you know what? Let's just go ahead and negotiate a little further then. And then George doesn't sign until August. Like you said, Fred signs in July. That is really early for the way the 49ers move.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. What do you think? You think he stays or you think he leaves?
No. Brian just made a lot of sense. I think he's burnt the bridge. You know,
I
we,
do
we
too.
get we got
I do
daily
too.
drama. Like you said, it's not a good look. The 49ers don't want players doing that because we like to keep an atmosphere in a locker room that's harmonious. And if he does this and other people think that it's okay to do that, we got a problem.
Right. And then not only that, but then that makes you look bad as an organization too.
Yep.
Because then that's gonna get around the league, and then other players
Don't
aren't
want to be
gonna fight
bothered
here.
with us. Yep.
Right. Exactly. And then when people get drafted, they're gonna be like, "Oh shit."
Oh God. I got to walk into that
Yeah, you know
hellhole. Yeah. You know? Oh.
Yeah. And then so what was I gonna say? Yeah, I mean, this this draft is gonna be interesting. So that's what next week. The draft is what next week, I believe.
Yeah, next Thursday night.
Yeah. Yeah, man, just calling, checking in with you. Yeah, Trez been calling me on my phone lately. You know.
You said Trez has?
Yeah, Trez is my number. He called me at work today. I was at work. I was at work today, and in the middle of my shift, he called me.
Yeah, we heard from him yesterday, and he closed the door on Deebo too.
Oh yeah, I know.
You know,
I didn't know if you could hear my song. I played a song. I don't know if you could hear it or not. But
Hit the road,
playing
Jack?
a song with
Yeah.
yeah,
Oh,
something
no.
about yeah.
One monkey don't stop, no show. Yeah, no, we can hear it.
Yeah. Did you hear it? I don't know if you heard it. Did you hear it?
No, I can hear it. That's why I told you you got to turn it down. But you know what? This is the attitude. I think the 49ers do take this stance. You know, if you don't like being here and you don't even want to talk to us about it, this is what I think. One thing is true though, Joey. I think Deebo jumped mad too fast. Every player gets offered an opening bid. It's not.
Yeah.
People use the term lowball. Lowball's a little more derogatory. I mean, this is the opening offer in a negotiation. I'm not going to come in there giving you the farm right from the first offer.
Well, here's the thing, though. How do you know that he was even offered that? Because it came from
Well,
Schefter.
see, that's...
And Schefter's always just talking out of his ass because he's just guessing, bro.
He's trying to beat
just
everybody
guessing.
out.
You don't know?
Yeah,
he's trying to beat
the
everybody.
worst.
But here's the thing. But here's the one. If you're just doing a guess, that's not factual. It's not coming from Matt Mayoko. It's not coming from some of the 49ers inside reporters. It's coming from a guy who's guessing.
You notice how
so
Matt
all
has
of a
not
sudden,
said
we're
a
tripping
word in
on
all
19.
this?
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Yeah, making a big old deal and getting all mad. And he might not have even been off for nothing.
Even
you know what I mean?
Ian Rappaport, at least Ian comes in and makes you know, I am not sure. And but you know, Schefter wants to be the guy that beats everybody out and getting that out there while it's hot, and then he ends up looking like an idiot. You know, so
yeah, he always looks like an idiot. So, yeah.
Okay. Joey, good to hear from you. I tell you what, we're gonna go. I'll be back Sunday if you got time.
Gotcha.
All right. Have a great day, Joey.
I got an exit for you, Ronbo. I got an exit for you. Ready?
Uh-oh.
You ready?
Go ahead.
I got one for you.
What was that music?
Holla! If you hear me, Red and Gold Niner Joe is your hookup.
That's new.
Got started.
I like it, Joey. I like it. All right, Joey. Good to hear from you. Talk to you later. Oh, God. Yeah. Yeah, that Brian, man, you got to be going now, Brian. This is it, isn't it? The 49ers got to give him something between now and then to make him be quiet. But you know what they did? Just like they did to Raheem Mostert, they told Raheem, you know, we could have got that done a little more civil fashion. There was no need for you to go public with this. I thought we were talking in good faith. And that's what Deebo, he kind of violated that kind of a trust. If I'm talking to you, you don't need to get all pissed off and start scrubbing your wall down and getting your brother all involved and running around getting crazy. Can't we talk? And that part I do believe. Everything else, I don't know. Hey, Tony, get your Atlanta self in here.
Good evening. How are you this evening, Ronbo?
Tony, I'd be glad. I've seen better days. I'd be glad when this is over. I'm you know, I really wish. Deebo has surprised me in a way that I might be wrong. I'm not trying to make any character judgments on him. What I do want to know is, I thought I knew him a little more than I know. I'm not sure what to think. I don't know who's telling the truth and who's not. But Tony, we get drugged through every team in the NFL. The fan base, we get drugged, beat, slapped around. as soon as the Super Bowl's over, from that point on, right? So if this is another year where in another month or two, see, and I made this promise last year, next time the media starts up in February, I'm gonna stop checking in on them. And I this year I fell prey to it again. I'm checking in on them every hour. We like this kind of thing, I guess, Tony. I don't know.
It was almost a year ago next month, that my heart got broken when I sat there and watched that Skip and Shannon shot when he had Julio on the phone, and my heart just broke into pieces because Julio's my favorite player.
Yeah.
When he said, "I'm out of there," I just couldn't believe it.
See.
But the way it looks, though, it looks like we got the better end of that deal.
Because Julio can't run, man. Tony, he just can't run. I
know.
He's still Julio, but if he sprints, his body, those muscles are saying, you know what, this is not a normal human being. This is way too much stress, and we're going to snap. All right, the only way to get him off of us.
I did hear tonight, and I said, before I tell you this, well, I'm going to tell you the thing. I said, oh, hell no, there's no way that San Francisco would trade him there. They did it was on the NFL, it wasn't ESPN. It was ESPN, but it was on the NFL show. They went to a minor press conference with the GM of KC. They said, what are you going to do with those? He was joking. The GM of KC, what are you going to do with those 2 first-round picks at 28 and 29? He said, Deebo Samuel, and started laughing, joking. I said, there's no way San Francisco traded them to there.
Tony, these guys are clowning and actually positioning themselves. Draft night is going to be it's going to be insane. Because I know we're going to hear it. Somebody's going to do it, and the 49ers have probably had enough of this, and they're looking to go, because we lost 2 first-round picks to get Trey. The 49ers are probably looking at this like, you know what? Okay, we're not going to be able to keep. We're not going to keep Deebo. We're pretty much sure of that now. Let's go ahead and cut our losses and get those picks back, because you know Deebo's going to definitely bring us a first-round pick. I don't know how many, but he's going to definitely bring us one. The 49ers are going to jump on this. If they don't, like Brian said, if we don't get anything by Friday or Wednesday, yeah, Deebo's going to be draft night, dude.
Well, remember I told you the other night, I said, well, y'all not going to get 2 first-rounders for him. That may not totally be true. You won't get 2 first-rounders in this year's draft.
No.
Like, for example,
one this year and one next year, maybe.
First round, one this year, one next year. But the key, Ronbo, is, and you said this 2 nights ago, that second-round pick for this year, you have to get that.
Yeah. Because you got some, you need to be high on the poll. The offensive line needs attention, and the other pick, there's about 3 ways I want to go with that. Everybody's saying get yourself an edge rusher as well. Some people want to get Christian Watson. I don't know. That's why they get paid the big bucks. I have no idea.
But what about Detroit, Ronbo, with the last pick in the first round, that first-round pick, and their second-round pick, which is two picks later at 34.
Ooh, that's a nice position to be in, actually. Wow.
And Detroit to get Deebo Samuel. Because Detroit got 2 first-round picks, but they're not giving up the number 2 overall pick.
Boy, and Deebo would be mad as hell, because that's how you got to watch what you wish for, Deebo. You know, a lot of people have been in Detroit, great ball players that came out of there, and they were not happy. You could be next.
Hall of Famers.
And I can see Deebo back on the phone. Hey, John, Deebo, is that you? John, come on, man. Y'all know I was just playing.
Too late. And the deal will be done.
Yeah.
Also, but I think the Jets are y'all's best bet, Ronbo. I really do.
Yeah. And they might do it,
y'all
too.
Y'all can get that number 10 pick, the 10th overall pick, man.
Because they got 4 and 10?
They got 4 and 10, and then they got 35 and 38 in the second round. Y'all can get 10 and 35.
Yeah, and maybe and maybe you can stretch them and get them a second or first round pick for next year too.
Yes.
Oh man,
that's another one. But in another scenario, there's no way in hell y'all trade them to Green Bay. No way.
This is what people don't understand. You don't send somebody like Deebo anywhere in the NFC if you can avoid it. You don't want him coming down on you, because when anybody thinks about Deebo, that boy can play some ball, and he'll play with an extra passion when he plays against us. I just know it from that point on.
Yeah, me and Chad Garrison was talking about the Giants, and I said, well, I don't see the Giants, Chad, because and he agreed with me. I said the Giants got those wide receivers. They got Kenny Galladay, Sterling Shepard, Darius Slayton, their first round pick from last year, Kadarius Toney, and they got John Ross. So then I started spitballing. I said, well, what about their seventh overall pick in the first round, their second round pick, and John Ross? Dad said, nope, I don't want to be broken down receivers.
But John Ross, I don't think they're using him properly. Nobody seems to know how to use him properly. Because here's the thing, Tony, there's not another Deebo in the NFL. And don't tell him I said that, because he's already full of himself. But the thing is, there's not another Deebo in the league. So, whoever gets him, he is going to be a game changer. You can do without one of your wide receivers, like you're saying, whoever that is.
Yes. Man. Yes. And then Chad, I guess he left the chat. I said, well, what? I said, what if the Niners got a king's ransom and traded Deebo to the Houston, Texas for the king's ransom? And that shit show. I said, Deebo will be pissed.
He can't be. He brought it on himself, and he wants to be in the South anyway. He should be happy. He's in Texas. Tony, we gotta go. Tony, I'll be back Sunday. I forget where I am. Deebo's got me going crazy. I'll see you Sunday, all right?
Yes, sir. Keep the waiver wires open, because something could happen any day.
I know.
And Ready to Go made some comments about where Deebo, did he talk about Atlanta? I said, you know what? This is why I know you don't know jack about football. We are not interested in trading. We're trying to get picks, not trade them.
And not only that, you need to save your money to pay the kids you're kidding, you're building.
Exactly.
He doesn't know these things. It's strange.
So, Ronbo, you guys are going to come out. Y'all going to come out, and there's 19 receivers, Ronbo, that are great talents between the first and fourth rounds. 19. That's a lot of receivers.
You can't get them all. All right, Tony. Appreciate you. Have a great night.
Have a good one, sir.
Thanks. Yes, indeed, boy. It's the whole the stage is being set. This is gonna be crazy. It's Fly Guy. Fly Guy.
What's good, Ronbo? Yeah, I'm here.
Yes, Fly Guy. Well, because I enjoyed the Jimmy input, because Jimmy doesn't say much about anything ever, and so Jimmy said, "Yeah, I'll go wherever Deebo goes." Yeah, and then there's all these other things going on. So Fly Guy, go ahead, jump on in there.
Earlier, you said you don't know what's going on with the situation.
Well, I do not.
But Jimmy gave you the clue today. Jimmy said Deebo deserves his money. You don't think him and Deebo talk?
Yeah, because they're bros.
Deebo deserves his money. Let me tell you what I think. I think Deebo know his value is very high this year.
Yep.
And if I don't get the money now and going into the season with Trey Lance, a rookie quarterback, and I don't catch like 1,000-yard reception, my value automatically drops. So I need my money now.
Damn. I never thought about. I didn't even think about that.
Yeah. So and then that's why Jimmy G has so much confidence to be like, okay, give me a package deal with Deebo, because he know Deebo said to him that I would rather be with Jimmy G. So you got to have that confidence in that player to be like, well, I took a package deal with Deebo. Deebo was like, I didn't say I want to get the trade with Jimmy. So if you got confidence,
because wherever Deebo goes, Jimmy knows. At least I know one guy I could depend on.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to tell you. Deebo probably already told him like, I would rather play with you, Jimmy G, because I don't know what this kid gonna do. Next year I might not get any money. My value might drop to the floor.
Like your mind never fails to impress me. You find angles. Deebo could be concerned about how the team's going to look next year.
Yeah, that's why.
Because he's gotten used to Jimmy for the last 3, and all of a sudden he's got to redo his program.
And then why you think he told the 49ers, don't make an offer, because there's no way I'm going to be on the field with Trey Lance and take a chance. Come on, man.
Oh man.
I don't think it's all about the new system coming in. There's a new sheriff in town. I don't know. This is like when a new boss come in the job. Everybody kind of worried, like, is it cool or what's gonna happen?
And Flacco, you got Trey and BA working out together.
That's what I'm
So that
saying.
automatically is Jimmy. I let Deebo, the man on the outside, looking in. So Brandon Ayuk and Trey just got it down. Boys, it's down. Hey,
I'm
Deebo. Remember? You know who?
Yeah, right now, Deebo can easily go for $30 million. But let's say he go into the next season, at least a few games, like 5, 6, 7 games, and he's not catching no balls from Lentz, and he already know Lentz cannot throw those little 10-yard. Lentz cannot throw them 10 yards, Ronbo. He throwing so fast, it's gonna be a lot of picks, a lot of. Deebo ain't trying to take that chance. He ain't trying to take that chance.
Yeah, he didn't have really much of midfield game, but
Deebo's smart. He feel like if I'm not stepping on the field with Trey Lance, and y'all don't give me no money. Y'all got to get money now because I'm not taking no chance because my career, just like it went up, it can just go straight down, and you get nothing, and you get hurt. Like,
it's something to think about. No matter what, Trey could be. It doesn't have to be Trey. Could be any quarterback. You know, if you got famous with this quarterback, and they bring in another one, you're right. Doesn't mean things are going to stay exactly the same.
Because he ate with Jimmy G. Jimmy G was a one-target man. Like, this person, I'm just going to feed him. Him and Kittle. That's why Ayuk couldn't break through because Jimmy G would not throw Ayuk the ball. He'd be wide open. I used to be sitting there, like, just watching I'm wide open, bro. Like, throw me the ball. And Jimmy would not do it because he's looking for Deebo or Kittle.
But you know what though? That's every quarterback does that. You just got here, all right? I'll give you the ball when I get around to it. These are my dudes, and that's who I'm gonna get the ball to first. I trust them. We got a rapport together. You got to get comfortable with the receiver.
You got it wrong. You got it wrong. Every quarterback does that, but I'm gonna tell you what they do. They pick the player the player that's hot. Just like this game, Deebo might be hot, so you keep feeding Deebo. But next game, Ayuk hot, so you feed that one person. That's what those quarterbacks do. Sometimes they stick to one person that's hot. But Jimmy don't know who's hot or who's not.
Clearly, it's Deebo.
Can be double covered. Deebo can be double covered and still throw it to Deebo. That's why we have a lot of picks. Kittle double
you know what?
He
did force that against Indy. He did force that pass in there, and Deebo was not open. That did piss me off.
Yeah,
but as I say, you look at Devontae Adams. Lazard and Valdez-Scantling. They're probably thinking, next time I run downfield, I'm gonna take my time because I know he ain't gonna throw it to me. I don't know why Devontae drew all the attention. I often wondered why he didn't hit Valdez-Scantling. And Lazard more often. All quarterbacks do that. You know what? Even and what's his name going to do that too? As soon as he gets comfortable with one receiver, that's what they're going to do. I think every quarterback does that. Rarely do you see somebody who sprays all over the field all day.
Just know, Deebo don't want to play with Lance too. That's one thing. When you like, I'm out. I'm not part of this team. You're not even waiting for another offer. You just like, I don't want it. Like, I'm out of here. This is a mess. Right? Take me where Jimmy's going to be traded at.
No, but that's disturbing, that he is arguing at this point when he should be training. That is worrisome. Especially
it's like
if Trey's going to be the quarterback this year, you need to go get some reps in with him, all right? And stop telling people they need to come where I am.
Not every player would like a new QB. Like, I'm not feeling this QB. Because Lance, one thing about Lance, it's going to take him time because those little 10-yard passes, they are too hard, Ronbo. You like trying to before the player turn around, the ball's like a bullet, like boom. It's gonna be a lot of picks.
Them Kaepernick passes.
Kaepernick was not even that fast. Kaepernick was kind of fast, but Lance is even like a bullet. Like
Lance might be a little stronger, I guess. You know what though? Cap had a cannon though, but the problem with Cap is the guy can be 10 yards away, and Cap hit him so hard. I said, Cap, the ball bouncing everywhere. I said, Cap, that was too hard. Pull the string on a little.
Jimmy G got that smooth short pass but it's smooth. Yeah. They catch you on like a nice smooth catch and like you catch it.
Flagger, we're gonna have to roll. Let me see you Sunday, and I can't wait to see what you got to say next. You always shock me, but that was a good point.
Yeah.
You know. But anyway, see you Sunday. Yeah, that's man. I hadn't thought about that. Deebo will look different this year. There's no way around it because him and Trey got to get used to each other. You know, you don't know. He doesn't know how that's going to happen, or if it's going to be the same as it was. Hey, Casey.
Yeah, we're shaking Ronbo. Man, I had reservations at Hooters this week, and I had to cancel them.
You got to call Jimmy. You couldn't get in, huh? Sometimes they get overbooked. Jimmy kills me, man. You know what? I got to see how in the world man, where he goes next would be funny. But anyway. You know, oh, come on. Ellis, what we do is we ask people 30 seconds before the time is up, and then people usually go over it. We don't, you know, and then, of course, after we go over a minute or so over it, then production starts coming at me. So I hope you don't feel that way. That's not true. And even Dre Spitz, y'all always cut me at 4:20. Rarely does anybody get off at 5 minutes. Really, it's just not happening. Watch your clock next time. You'll see what we mean. But Casey, go ahead, man. You know what? Here we are.
Yeah, man. I'm just concerned that you know, that we got, you know, Bosa, you know, left over watching what's happening here, and remember Bosa's parents, you know, they kind of held out Nick, you know, and stuff. So they're watching that and whatnot. But
and they got three, and there's Dad, Joey. They got experience on these situations, so they know how to be cool.
Yeah.
Deebo acts like he just handled this a little strange, but I don't know. We'll see.
Hey, Ronbo, you know what, man? Unfortunately, I got to let you go right now. I got a call. I got to take your bus.
I love when you check in.
I only waited like 2 hours, man.
It's not a good night unless you check in, so I really appreciate that. All right.
Yeah. Always a pleasure, Ronbo.
All right, fam. I'll see you Sunday. All right. Everybody agrees they'd like to hang out with Jimmy. That would have to be hysterical fun. Can you see? Yeah, well, it's a big show. It's a big show on tonight. Big Show, I don't know. Are you a fan of Fly Guy? Does some of the things he says sometimes are really... He comes up with things nobody else is thinking all the time. It always makes me like, whoa.
He thinks like me. So of course I'm a fan of his.
You guys come from two different angles, but both you come up with stuff that nobody else is talking about. Although with you, Show, you go check things out to come up with that alternate opinion. The popular opinion is, you know, we don't like a Mac Jones. We think Christian Watson is absolutely the greatest thing that ever happened, and he's going to work with Trey. You know, you're the one who looks at that and says, I don't think that's the case. You know, and you're probably right. Christian Watson's being hit by a lot of analysts in the same way that you are. And Mac Jones, you already know about.
100%. I was for sure 100% right about Mac Jones. I mean, he led all rookie quarterbacks in completion percentage last year. He made the Pro Bowl being an alternate, and the rest is history. So, and we have yet to see the third-round pick on the field, who Deebo is clearly giving a sign to us that pretty much is saying he's not ready, and this is exactly why he wants out. Because he doesn't want to see his production go off, and he doesn't want to see his value go down. And there's an interview out there resurfacing of him and Miyoko talking about him where he's working out in the offseason, and he said the East Coast. He doesn't want to be out on the West Coast. He didn't give a specific reason why he doesn't want to be out on the West Coast, but he told Trey Lance that there are some things you need to work on before you become a star. And when your receiver tells you that, Ronbo, your number one wide receiver tells you that, you listen to him. You do everything you can to take him, to bring him under your wing and understand what he's talking about. You don't go out there and say, you come to here in California where I'm working out. No, Deebo's been in the system a lot longer than you have, pal. And if you're a true leader, then you would do what he tells you to do. He knows what he's talking about. He's on the way out because he doesn't believe in you. It's that simple.
That's worrisome because I think George Kittle has said something similar. Ayuk likes him, but they have the same agent, so Ayuk, whether he likes him or not, he better. So I'm thinking, I really when they
Deebo Samuel's career started off because of Jimmy Garoppolo, whether people want to believe that or not.
I know people still, it was all Deebo. Jimmy had nothing to do with it. I always loved that argument. So you know what? You do realize Jimmy's a quarterback, right? Nobody threw the ball to him other than Jimmy. So people hate that. Well, he threw the ball 5 yards. Okay, well, whatever. So,
and if Trey Lance doesn't work out and Deebo's somewhere else balling out, then who looks like idiots now?
Man.
And this is why it worries me that we have no first-round draft picks. And exactly why I want to trade Deebo, because we can get those back.
And it ruins the entertainment of the draft too.
Exactly.
I like watching the first round.
These are antics of a player that clearly wants out, because number one, he doesn't believe in the quarterback that's coming in, and number two, he wants to be closer to home. And like I said, there's an interview out there you people can go watch on Twitter with Matt Miyoko and Deebo Samuel saying exactly what I just said. Trey, you have things to work on before you become a star in the NFL. And when your number one wide receiver tells you that, that's a little worrisome. When he's clearly stating he wants out. These are antics of a player that wants out, that doesn't want to be re-signed. These antics aren't of a player who wants to come back and be with us forever. I.e., look at Antonio Brown, look at Le'Veon Bell.
And so it started off kind of low key. It seems to be picking up momentum. How is this something that is a script he's going by? Because he worked out in the beginning. He just said a few things, and it looked like there was a problem. And then today, just all hell broke loose. He's doing interviews now. He's making the circuit, going around. He's got A.J. Brown in the background. Wow.
And if you need any indication or validity that he wants out, I know this sounds ridiculous, but go look at his social media likes. He likes posts where they're stating that he clearly wants out, that he liked a post that he asked for a trade weeks ago. And that says out all right there. That is true, that he wants out.
Well, in that case, there's no amount of money 49ers can offer for him to hang out.
We can't pay two players $25 million each on top of that. Number one, everyone keeps indicating that the cap is going to go up, but a huge chunk of that cap is going to go to George Kittle. It's going to go to Kyle Juszczyk. It's going to go to Trent Williams. It's going to go to Eric Armstead.
Don't those guys have a couple more years on the contract?
No, they have at least like 3 to 4 year deals. So
Fred's got
Fred's got more, and Fred Warner too on top of that.
That's right. George how many years did George sign for?
3 to 4, I think.
Ooh.
I'm not too sure. But he's going to retire a 49er, and so is Fred Warner, so is Trent Williams, so is Kyle Juszczyk,
well, Trent Williams,
is Nick Bosa. Nick Bosa is going to take a huge chunk of that money, and we're going to have barely any left next year.
They got to learn that work on the draft now. You got to get guys that there are minimum payment.
That's why you better get that first round pick this year to replace Deebo. I mean, that's Chris Olave or Jamison Williams or Traylon Burks, those type of receivers, premier receivers that would be a Band-Aid for a while. So,
well, hopefully Trey
Deebo's
gets
sounding the alarm bells. I mean, it's 2 years now, and Trey has 4. He's got 2 years left to impress. So
I suspect Trey's going to make some adjustments. He probably.
I hope so.
Next year he should be.
He needs to work on that touch.
That's something that worries a lot of us. You got to put some touch on that ball so there's
exactly why I was not a fan of his. I fell in love with him at first, but then I just veered off like I did Justin Fields, because these type of style quarterbacks do not last long in the NFL, and they're not consistent on a winning basis wise. And
because there's only one Russell Wilson and Patrick Mahomes. Usually a quarterback that can run doesn't have that kind of pocket skill.
Those two have pocket skills, and those two have touch on their football. They don't throw darts like Kaepernick. or Trey Lance.
Oh, man. Well, anyway.
And
So
Kaepernick
we're-
tried to fix his issues. He even
I
went
know.
to
He went to a
Kurt
camp
Warner and
that
it
off
didn't
season.
work
Yeah,
out.
I remember that. Oh God!
People.
Could throw the ball out
Oh
of
yeah,
the
you
stadium.
better pray Trey. You better pray Trey Lance works out because I am on the wall. That's not going to be working out.
Well,
for us,
no, that's why I keep
unfortunately.
telling people to get mad at me.
This
Guys,
is
I
why
don't
Jimmy's
hate
still
Trey.
around. This is why Jimmy's This is why Jimmy is still sticking around.
Jimmy wants.
I mean,
Jimmy wants.
the writing's on the wall.
He wants
Jimmy
nothing to do with this.
Garoppolo is still around. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Like this is year 3 now going in for Trey Lance, and he's still on the bench. That's worrisome.
Oh, God. Anyway,
Out of a 4-year deal? Are you kidding me?
Oh God, can you imagine? And somebody said there's a fight going on amongst a whole lot of folks. Somebody said Jordan Love is better than Trey Lance. I said, oh my God, that better not be true.
I read today that Malik Willis is a better prospect than Justin Fields and Trey Lance from an NFC coordinator.
Okay, so don't go back in the chat. They're waiting on you.
That's okay.
So I'll see you
I
Sunday.
like
We're
me.
gonna go though.
All right, take care. Shout out to everyone. All right.
All right, Joe. Miguel Santana. Hey, what you mean Deebo don't want to play with Trey? Did you not see Texas game when he threw Deebo a 50-yard walking tee? Guys, you know, everybody makes a big deal out of that pass. But you know what? Go back and look at that game. Did you not remember that Deebo turned around and waited for that pass? It was a broken play in coverage. I have no problem with the distance on the ball, but I think there's exaggerations on every throw he makes, while every throw Jimmy makes is viciously underrated. We need to come to grips with something here. Trey's going to be okay, but don't expect him to just come in and tear the league apart from the gate. It's going to take a minute. Hey, yo, T-Flow and Allie.
Hey, what's up,
Hi,
Ronbo?
Ronbo.
How y'all doing tonight?
You know what? Doing pretty good. I didn't think I was going to call you because I just came back from dinner. Today's Allie's birthday.
Allie's birthday. Let me get back on my piano on this glorious April night. I've got to sing for a flower. Let me. Wait a minute. It's another happy birthday to another lovely night, lady. It's her birthday, ding ding da boom bling, and we're celebrating to be where. You know, I would go on the 20-minute thing. You're going to recognize it, though. So let me go ahead and jump to the point. Happy Niners birthday, Allie. Happy birthday.
Thank you.
You're so welcome. Well,
All right, Ronbo, what did I miss?
Hope you all enjoyed dinner. What'd you guys have?
Oh, we were in Outlet in the 71st floor. We had a 3-course meal.
All right. Yeah.
We had a little overview of the whole Outlet area. Sunset. It was a very, very beautiful day.
That's the way you do it, you romantic dude, you. Well, here's the thing. We're looking at Jimmy came up and jumped up and said, Jimmy never does any interviews. Jimmy's usually at Hooters or someplace. They probably had to go call him and find him there. So Jimmy comes in and says, yeah, package deal, include me a package deal with Deebo? I said, yeah, I'll jump on that in a heartbeat, right? And then with that being the comedy of the day, then you see Deebo conducting interviews that are very strange. You know, because we hear one thing from the media, and then Deebo says something else, and then he comes back and tells, y'all don't know nothing, all right? The media just writes stories to be writing stories. That's what they do. Nobody knows the truth except me, my agent, and the 49ers. Oh, Deebo, what was that about? Because you see him having interviews where he seems like he's just totally pissed off at the 49ers. And then he says, we need to stop paying attention to the media. So, you know, it's hard to... Deebo, where are you at in this madness by now?
Man, I would have told Deebo, if you don't want nobody in the media, you should have never did what you did with your childhood antics. You're the one who started the social media war by unfollowing the Niners and scrubbing everything of 49ers. So what do you expect? That's the first one. So it's like, dude, everybody's gonna be mad because you should never butt this. You should have never did this juvenile tantrum that you've been throwing. I understand you're a grown man. You know, you want your money, but think about this: you're playing a kid's game. You already got millions, all right? And the Niners probably offered you. I'm pretty sure they offered you some kind of money when you were in Florida when you had dinner with Shanahan and Lynch, and you probably felt disrespected because they probably wanted to give you $20 million guaranteed. But man, $20 million, not $20 million guaranteed. That's probably like $20 million a year.
Annual salary and then
like
and then guaranteed. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what the guarantee was like. Somebody said it was around 40. I think. I thought I heard that.
Yeah, it's gonna be around 40 because if you look under Prague, everybody has practically 40 except for two people, Jimmy Garoppolo and Trent Williams.
Yeah,
they're the only two people under Prague Barate that basically
got big
guarantee money.
Because the 49ers like to load their contracts so they can get out of it. You know, that's what they do.
Yeah. And also, too, is I kind of blame Prague for this in a way. Because, one, the Niners really haven't done nothing only until Harbaugh and Shanahan. But you're still playing Moneyball. Moneyball doesn't get you nowhere.
Usually.
In any sport.
Yep.
Any sports, Moneyball does not get you anywhere.
And the A's started this. Yeah. So, you know, it didn't work for them.
It didn't work. It didn't work. and for the past 2 years, Tampa Bay went all in. They won. Rams went all in. They won.
I hate to give the Rams credit, but yeah. And that seems to work. Twice it worked. Back-to-back years.
Yeah, back-to-back years. So it's like, all right, so what is it? Because so far, the Moneyball under Prague, since he's been there, we only went under Harbaugh and Shanahan. So it's like, what are you doing?
You got to use your gut. You got the old pros that are out there scouting around and looking around. They got to use your gut. The computer can only do so much. You can feed all the data to it you want to. It's still going to come out with nothing but a straight up numbers-related fact. You need to know.
Yeah, that's all it is. And also, too, is, like, I heard a couple of times you're saying that, Deebo's pretty good in, yards after catch.
That's what he does.
Right, that's what he does. He's not known for, like, legit route running like Tyreek Hill with burners that would just smoke you, or like a Devontae Adams. His is just yak.
Well, he got better after his first year. When he first came, he didn't really have much going on with his route. His route's a little better now because of his experience. He knows how to take advantage of the defenders, what he does really well. If you zig or zag the wrong way, Deebo's going to shift and go the other place. And then him and Jimmy had that rapport down where Jimmy would know when he's coming out of a break where to put the ball. And that takes time to develop. So now, if he goes somewhere else, or I guess he's worried about trade too, that's all got to be redeveloped. So he wants to get his money now.
Because he literally has to be a wide receiver now. Like, he literally has to do moves that's going to at least be like 20 yards where he's going to break. Not no 5 yards break, 10 yards break, and none of this. He's literally going to have to, like, have the speed and make sure have the agility to break out of those routes.
He learned a lot though from Kyle.
His
routes look pretty good this last year. I mean, there were some times where it looked really good. He's not going to take a man break ankles like Ayuk or somebody, but he did look good.
He won't.
Yeah.
And also too, like during the fast, everybody was talking about he was good with Jimmy because Jimmy's all timing. Jimmy's more of a timing route quarterback. You got to have timing, and if the timing's there, it doesn't matter if you have an arm or not.
Yeah,
Yep.
it gives you advantage because I'm going to put the ball where the defense.
Bill Walsh.
You don't know where the defense is going to be, but my wide receiver knows where the ball is going, so he can lure you in any direction he wants to, and he can go get the ball because I'm going to have it over there. That takes time. People don't understand the complexity and the degree of difficulty that is. They just see what they see on TV. It looks good. They think it's easy. If you've ever been out there, you know that is not easy, and it takes a lot of mistakes to get that right.
That's why it takes time for the timing routes, because Bill Walsh is the one that put it down there. All you gotta do is count your steps, and it's gonna be right there on point. Count your 1, 2, 3, 4, and throw it right there, and you'll be open.
And you got to do that under pressure most of the time too. That's got to be something. And
under Trey Lance, it's a whole different quarterback. So he probably feels like he probably feels like, you know what? I don't really think that my style of a wide receiver can be legit as everybody else. I'm not really Chris, like a Chris route runner. I'm more for yak, and I'm gonna just run you over.
Well, he's gonna have to.
That's what I'm about.
If he stays, though, he's gonna have to get ready for that, though. Let's you get back to Allie because we're out of time.
And
I tell you what,
I got one more. I got one more, because
15 seconds.
If you look under George Kittle, when you see George Kittle balls, he balls with two backup quarterbacks, Mullins and Bethany. Like, he balled out. Like, they were throwing deep to him. And under Jimmy, where is he? Where's that tight end at when it was Mullins and Bethany? That's all I got to say. Is like,
there you go.
It's going to be different.
It's definitely going to be different. All right, hey, y'all have a great night, and I'll be back Sunday. All right?
All right, Rumble. See you.
All right, Black Guy. Night, Allie.
Good night.
Let's go check out Frank. The moon was bright. Storms were raging. Hey, Frank, where you at, man? Yeah, see, now you got me started. I'm gonna put my big. Hey, Levi. Steven.
What's up, Ronbo?
Steven. Well, Steven, we're going over the same problem. It'd be fun to talk about the draft for a change, but every time I look up, oh, really? The Deebo's just got to lose, and then Jimmy jumps in and gets involved, and they made me laugh. So I said, I got to bring it to the table tonight.
Here's the thing, Ronbo. The fact that Deebo said, telling the 49ers to not even make a contract if he wants out that bad.
But do you believe that? You think that's true,
though? Believe it?
Yeah.
Do I honestly believe it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Now go ahead, then. Elaborate.
And I'll tell you why. Well, I'll tell you why, Ronbo. He had always said that he wanted to play just a wide receiver. The fact that the 49ers made him into a running back / wide receiver, or for better play, it's a wide back. He hated that position. He 110% hated that position.
Steven,
but the stupid thing on his part is that that's what made him him.
Steven, but what makes you think he hated it? Because he didn't look like he hated it. I remember one time a reporter asked him, "Hey, you're out there running like a running back." Man, I've been playing running back ever since I first started playing ball. So, I don't. You really think he hated it, though? What made you think he hated it, though?
Because I did see something where it wasn't like a money issue. It wasn't he was just hated the 49ers. It was the fact that they would always use him as a running back more than a wide receiver.
But
and he wanted to play more as a wide receiver. But the thing is that he's not a deep threat. He's not really shifty as much as he can run through a brick wall. You know what I mean?
See, Steven, I just want to say this about that, though. That's why I thought, since he does that so well, he thinks, okay, I'm a wide receiver, and I can also get this done. Now, like George Kittle, George is one of the best blockers in the league, right? But he's also a great wide receiver. Tight end. So these guys are thinking, look, I do too much for you just to categorize me as to be paid like this. My game is more than that. I think because Deebo probably says, I'm going to keep running the ball. But listen, I need to be compensated for that. I'm not just a wide receiver.
Yeah. Here's the thing, too. It's like, we can all blame the Jaguars for signing Christian Kirk, that crazy ass deal that he's got. It literally broke the wide receiver market. If you really think about it, it all started with Christian Kirk, and then it trickled down to Devontae Adams.
You're right, huh?
Now
if he would have signed for that much,
all down.
then Adams and Tyreek Hill would have been a little more sane about what they got. Oh, you know what? I didn't even think about that, though, Steven. Because he was first, wasn't he?
He was the very first. And the fact that, the Jaguars are stupid enough to give him that deal is kind of funny. But my thing is that I'm okay with letting Deebo go. If it means that he can go to the Jets and we pick up a first, absolutely, because they want a king share. The 49ers want a king share for their star-studded, wide receiver / running back. And for Deebo to, be like, I hate the wide back position, it hurts his value because in all, as a wide receiver, he is not that good. Him playing the wide back position or the running back / wide receiver hybrid is phenomenal. It's what made his season go explosive. It's what made him go to new heights. Will I ever see, you got to ask yourself, will you ever see Deebo pull some shifty moves the way Brandon Ayuk does? No. Have you ever seen Deebo jump over somebody the way Brandon Ayuk tries to? No. Have you ever seen someone route someone so heavy that they get hurt? No. You see him run through somebody or do a short slant and then run through somebody.
But I don't know if that's a bad thing. I mean, Deebo is just a physical guy that doesn't mind handing out punishment. So I can't get mad at that. I have to respect his style for what it is. But I don't know that, I'm not going to be sending him downfield deep all the time. I mean, he doesn't do a bad job, but I'd send Ayuk deep before I'd send him. And I want another guy to do that with us anyway,
Yeah.
So.
But honestly, I am totally okay with him going. Only just because if we are lucky enough that the Jets grab him, we're definitely getting a first round, without a doubt.
Yeah.
There's no
Otherwise,
way.
hang up the phone. No matter, and matter of fact, Steven, no matter who calls, if you're calling here about Deebo and you don't have a first round pick involved in your offer, then you may as well hang up the phone right now. I have the first thing saying, I don't mean to be rude. That's what I just tell them. I don't have time.
Yeah,
I need a first round pick. Deebo's worth the first round pick to us for sure. So that's all we're going to accept.
And my thing too is, imagine if he goes. I mean, the Lions are going to need somebody.
They need a lot of somebodies.
They need a lot of everything. Same thing with the Jags, but the Jags can't afford Deebo because they paid Christian Kirk that dumbass deal.
I know. Jesus.
The Jets want him. Everybody wants anybody who needs a wide receiver and needs a star-studded, wide receiver / wide back is going to want Deebo.
You know
and
what?
The 49ers just have to.
I think coach is going to stop having that. I don't think you're not going to see a lot of that. This position may die with Deebo. It causes too much problem. I mean, because if this kid can do this, then he's going to expect me to compensate him for that too. And I said, Deebo, you're a wide receiver. I asked you to do that. You could have told me you didn't want to do it if you're going to get like this. And then now I sound like a child too, right? So
Ooh.
But I mean, you should have told me. I mean, it just becomes a problem.
Here's the thing too, and it's like, oh man, if the 49ers are smart and they can package Deebo and Jimmy,
then
that creates higher threshold of brand new cap space that's untapped that we can get rid of.
And high picks. Both of them are going to get. I mean, Jimmy might get a 2. Deebo will definitely get a 1. So Steve, we ran out of time. I'll see you Sunday, and let's see what madness takes place between now and then. It is.
Yes. And before I go, I want you to look up the running back from Florida State, Dameon Pierce.
Pierce?
Absolute monster. Yes,
right.
An absolute
Florida
monster.
State. I remember that. All right. We're going to get a running back. We always do. All right. Night, Steven.
Hey, Ronbo. Good night.
Yeah. And Frank, in the middle of his fish sandwich, he couldn't even talk. Frank. Frankie. All right. So, I can't wait. I can't wait. Is that
it's
Jay's?
a no-show.
It's
a no-show tonight.
Jay came back to get show.
Yes. Yes, he talking about this bum Matt Jones. Come on. I just see why he like Matt Jones. He had the same numbers as Jimmy did. 3,800 yards, 22 touchdowns, and 13 interceptions. And Jimmy had 3,800 yards, 20 touchdowns, and 12 interceptions. I see why
Jay,
he liked that bump.
But Jay, I don't know. Big Show's never been a huge fan of Jimmy. He doesn't think ill of him, but he's never been a huge fan of Jimmy.
He is now.
But
He is now. He's a fan of Matt Jones,
Now
bum.
remember, Show was the only one that was real adamant about Mac Jones before the draft. Okay, so there's no history. So, Show's been a Mac Jones fan from the beginning.
He a bum, though. It is what it is. He a bum. What did he do in the playoffs? 47-17? Like, really? He's a mediocre quarterback.
I want to say this about that, though. It was his first year. Him being a rookie, fresh out of class.
He was in New England, man. That don't count.
I know, but how many rookies do that?
They went 7-9 with Cam Newton in the first 4 games before Cam. They had Cam Newton looking like he's about back to his MVP ways.
Jay,
who was
the last quarterback that went to the playoffs in the first year?
In his first year? That's hard to say right now.
Think about that for a minute, don't you? So but you know what? It's always a program.
But what quarterback got drafted to a program like that? You know what I mean? A top first round quarterback, had to come to a winning organization.
You know what I mean? The Patriots sucked the year before. But I tell you, Jay, what made the Patriots?
What they did, they had Cam Newton.
Well, the thing is, they only had they had Kendrick Bourne. They had that dude who can't play. What's his name?
Aguilar.
Aguilar wasn't all that. N'Keal Harry. N'Keal Harry is just a big, strong, powerful dude, but he can't play no ball. So I'm amused by the fact that he went out there and did what he did. He had 2 tight ends who were superstars, but one of them got hurt.
They had that running game.
Yeah, they had a good running game. But that's,
That's what it was.
Well, your better teams usually have a good running game. Look at even the Hawks with Russell Wilson when they went to the Super Bowl. Marshawn Lynch is still mad about that. They won't give him enough credit, and he also had the Legion of Boom. Your best teams usually are made up in that fashion, So it's nothing unusual.
For sure.
But that's Jay wants to let you know that you need to hush.
Yeah. He talking about Christian. Come on, man. Look. I was on Christian Watson last year.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I was on him last year. Soon I seen Trey Lance, and I was breaking down Trey Lance tab. I was like, who is this number one? Then, I just started following him, and then he went to the combine and blew up. And ain't nobody had no numbers in the combine since Megatron. You know what I mean?
He can definitely move, boy.
And he talking about some Trey bum. Come on, man. He a big bum.
We just got him. A lot of analysts are saying that about him, though. We just got to beef him up and,
No, I'm talking about Trey Burks, though. You talking about Arkansas Trey Burks.
No, I'm talking about Christian.
Olave good. Oh, yeah. Christian, look, if you turn on tape, you can see talent. You see talent. Some things you can't teach. You know what I mean? You can't teach 6'4" with speed.
Yeah, what division did Jerry come out of again? It was similar.
He was Mississippi.
Yeah. So we're gonna see because he raised his stock after that combine. We're gonna see how early he goes. All right, Jerry.
Oh yeah, he's gonna go at least first 20 to pick 40 in between there.
There you go. Tell you.
But I would get Jameis Williams though. I don't care about no ACL with him. You know what I mean? ACL is hell. Come on.
Now you got to be Trent Baalke to get him though. Jay, we got to go. I'm gonna tell you what. I'm gonna see you Sunday. All right.
All right. I'll be here, Rambo. Have a blessed one. I just had to call back in because it's a no-show, baby.
Jay, get on out of here. I'll see you Sunday.
All right. Have a blessed one.
You too, fam. Well, that's funny. Jay's the only one. So I think Jay's the only kind of came back after a little while and had something to say like that. Usually show comes in and says what he says. People get livid, and they write nasty things on the chat, but nobody ever called back. Hey, fam, I'm going to go get me my late evening snack. Hey, fam, please remember to subscribe and hit that like. Can't wait to see you Sunday. What's going to happen next? Jimmy Garoppolo. Reports of Jimmy Garoppolo are more exciting nowadays. At least it's fun. Jimmy goes to Hooters more than 2 nights a week, though. Keep an eye on that situation. Jimmy's out of control. Thanks for the contribution. How can I forget? Thanks for the contribution, fam. Appreciate it. You know this. And happy birthday again to all those who had one today. That was fun. As I was on my piano, how I enjoy celebrating the cause, just so I can say, Nana! So.